Welcome to the Empowered Women in Gaming interview series. During these interviews, you will meet amazing women in the gaming and entertainment industries who have burst through glass ceilings, achieved remarkable accolades, and inspired other women to do the same. During this interview, I had the pleasure of speaking to TeenyGiant. Teeny is a Twitch streamer, a hover celebrity, a singer-songwriter, a voice actor, and a comedian. Find out about how Teeny has gone from a jet engine serviceman to a content creator and the incredible life lessons she has learned along the way. If you are looking to support our cause, please check out our Empowered Women merch line, the proceeds of which will be going to Women's Shelters Canada. Their link and the link to the merch are in the description. I'm going to give you the rundown on this incredible lady you see before you. Where's the titties hat at? First question. That's the only question. You guys, this is TeenyGiant. We met her. We had the pleasure of meeting her through Hover, which is what connected us. She is a growing celebrity on Hover. Her clips will have you gutting her yourself, so I highly recommend. She is also a Twitch streamer, a singer-songwriter, an interviewer, and we're just gonna go down a rabbit hole of questions, and we're gonna start right now. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to see you. How's your day so far?
My day's been good. I've done nothing.
Good. Okay. That's a good way to start, I think. What time is it where you are right now? You're in the States, right?
Yeah, it's 11:57, so it's just before noon.
It's the exact same time as it is here.
You're in Canada, right?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm just like straight north from where you're at.
Oh, that's pretty good. So I'm actually moving to Ottawa pretty soon.
Yeah, you were saying that. When is that move happening?
In a couple of months. So I've got another month at the house that I'm in right now, and then I'll move for a month while I get everything sorted, and then we're going to do a road trip north to New York and then fly over the border.
How lovely. Oh, that is so exciting. And do you have like everything in order for like permanent residency, or are you like on a visitor's visa? How are you going to do it?
Well, I've got a visa for the US, but I actually have two passports, so I'm Canadian and British, which is quite good for me.
That is incredible. That makes you... Yeah.
Whereabouts in Canada are you?
So we're in Guelph, Ontario. So really right close to Toronto.
Oh, that's pretty good. I was born in Ontario, actually.
Really? Tell me more.
Some place called Strathroy.
Strathroy. I don't know that. Is it a really small town?
Well, it's called London Strathroy, if that helps.
Oh, yes. Do we know Strathroy, Doc? That's London. That's pretty sweet. That's
he shouted Strathroy, so I'm assuming
he did. He knows where it is. So you're moving to you were born in Ontario,
yep.
And then you moved to England. How old were you when you moved?
I was 6.
Oh, you were barely young. So
yeah,
the majority of your life was over in England.
The majority, yeah, but I've had to move for like months at a time to different countries as well because of my dad's work. So he's an aircraft. He creates parts for Concorde at the time before it went bust.
Oh, so you kind of like following him around based on where he had to go.
Yeah.
And then you made the move to the States.
Yeah, that was about 1.5 years ago, just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
So literally just before everything shut down, we landed, and then I wasn't allowed out of the hotel room.
Oh no.
So.
Oh no. And so was the plan to stay in the States as long as you had?
We were actually meant to stay longer, but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't like Florida that much. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
summer
fine.
all year round is not it.
You don't like
think
it?
that
No.
People are like summer all year round, amazing, really great.
Yeah.
No,
I
hate it.
Okay. Why?
Because can you imagine just being constantly too hot?
Yes, I love that. Yeah. That sounds incredible. Is that
no?
Is it not?
No. And leaf don't fall down. There is no fall here. They lie.
Oh, but
it is not
so
fall.
pretty.
No, nothing fall down. It is just. It is just summer all year round, and it's horrible.
No. Oh no. Does it not ever cool down?
I think there was 2 weeks of the year last year where it was cool, and I could wear a very light sweater.
And that's as far as it would go.
Yeah, and then it got too hot again. So.
Oh no. Okay, I feel that pain. I mean, I guess I don't because I'm permanently cold. So I think the feeling of being permanently hot would be very attractive to me for a short period of time. But then maybe what I need to do is experience it like you have and then return to my Canadian roots and be like, nah, I need the cold.
I mean, so I'm from the UK, which is mild, so
Yeah.
we get all seasons.
Yeah.
And the week before I moved to Florida, I was walking the dogs, and we have this thing, it's called freezing rain.
Yes.
So, yeah, you have it too in Canada as well, but we have it, so the cold is different in Canada than it is in the UK. So in the UK, it's very much, it hits you in the face and your face hurts because there's so much wind as well. We get a lot of coastal wind.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was raining as well, and it was also kind of cold because it was December going on January. So I was just about to move, and this wind and rain was hitting me in the face, and it was so painful. And I just stood there like drenched from head to toe, like I can't wait to leave. And then I got here and I was like, oh, it's nice. A year later, I'm like, I want to leave again.
Yeah. I need that freezing rain back. How do I get that back, bruh?
Yeah, I want the freezing rain back. I want to stay inside, not because it's too hot to go outside, you know?
Yes. I understand. Have you visited Canada much since you left when you were 6?
I went back every other couple of years. So we did 2 years on, 2 years off for about 8. I want to say 8 to 12 years.
So you're pretty familiar with Canadian weather and what you're in for. You're like,
yeah.
I've been born for this.
Yeah, I know that I need to go purchase warm clothes.
Yes.
Because I have two pairs of trousers right now.
Oh no, that won't be enough.
Yeah, it won't be enough.
Oh, you're looking at like hundreds of dollars in winter gear.
Oh yeah. I'm ready for it though. I've been saving.
That's what you need to save for when you come to Canada. Winter clothing.
Cozy clothing. Yeah, exactly.
So you are Canadian English. Is that English Canadian?
British Canadian.
British Canadian, is that? Okay. Now,
living in Florida.
Living in Florida. And you say we travel. Is there somebody else in your life, or is you times 2?
Well, I use the royal we a lot, but in the case of doing a road trip north, it would be me and Leah.
Leah
who's one of my community, but she won't be flying over the border with me. I fly alone, unfortunately.
Alone. That's pretty sweet that you have a community person that you can travel with.
Yes, it is quite good.
So at what point did you start streaming?
I started streaming about 2 years ago. So when I started streaming, I went live accidentally on Mixer from my Xbox.
Oh,
and a chat box appeared as I was playing Fortnite.
Were you were you clothed?
No, I was fully clothed. I was just chilling.
Okay.
It was actually really, really cold in my house because at the time the person I lived with didn't like putting on the heating. And it was like the middle of winter. I used to work 16 hours a day.
Oh my.
As a private jet serviceman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very stressful. So what I wanted to do when I got home was just play games and just silly games. And the best game at the time for me was Fortnite because it was just so goofy and cartoony and childish that it was just the perfect thing to take your mind off stuff. So obviously I went live by accident. A chat box appeared on the screen and I just thought it was an error on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started filling with like people talking to me.
That's
and
incredible.
I was like, and I'd answer back using my headset mic.
Right.
And they were like, hi. And I was just having conversations with weird people, and I didn't realize that I was streaming for about 2 weeks. Every time I went on Fortnite, it would put me live.
Did you have a camera at the time, or was it just your voice?
It was just my voice.
Okay.
People just liked my voice, and they kept coming back.
What did you think was happening?
I don't know. I didn't know. And then someone said, your Mixer About section doesn't have anything on it. And I said, what's Mixer?
Oh no, 2 weeks? That's an incredible story. I'm so glad that that's how you discovered streaming.
Yeah, and then I made a Mixer profile, and then I got kind of like, oh, I have like 80 followers.
Wow. I mean, that's like affiliate on Twitch. You made it to Mixer affiliate standard by not knowing that what you were doing.
Mixer affiliate, you were able to monetize immediately.
No way.
So,
that's amazing.
So you're able to monetize immediately, and you can get like what were they called? Sparks. They were
Sparks.
called
Yeah.
Sparks.
No, I think that's right. Yeah.
Instead of bits, they were called Sparks.
Yeah.
But you couldn't get subscribers until you were a partner. But you could still monetize with Sparks, which is what they used, and the rate was really good. It was like 95% of it went to the streamer.
Damn, that's so good.
But yeah, so I just monetized it because I could.
Yeah. Did you stay with Mixer for a while?
Until the bitter end.
Oh, how crushing. What was the hit like moving from Mixer to Twitch?
Well, as the announcement got called, for Mixer shutting down, I was filling out my application for partner. So I got to partner level on Mixer, which on there is like 25 to 30 viewers.
Oh, yeah.
It's not much.
Yeah.
It's not much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'd managed to hit that, and I had like a small, very, very small community that would come every stream.
Yeah.
And then when the announcement came out, I was like, okay, everyone, I'm just gonna make a Twitch account now. Made one, and then it was undiscoverable, so I had to make another one.
Oh no! Why was it undiscoverable?
I don't know. Twitch had this weird thing, like no one, even if you search my name in the search bar, you would not find my profile.
Oh no!
You had to literally click the go live link in my Discord.
Oh no! What?
So I had to make another one so that people would find me.
Would be able to find you. Why is this your luck? I mean, it's like the Mixer situation was really good luck, even though you didn't know what was happening, and now Twitch.
And now Twitch.
Yeah. So you've been on Twitch for what, 2 years now? Has it been?
My first stream on Twitch was last July, so a year and a bit.
Damn. And you're at just over 4,000 followers. You're growing. Hover is exploding. Congratulations. That's a really big success story, I would say, moving from Mixer to Twitch.
I think so too. Yeah. And obviously I think everyone discovers that they get this plateau.
Yes.
As they're growing. So I think when you get to about 30 to 40 viewers, that's when people plateau. You plateau every little milestone you get. 10 viewers, you'll plateau. 20 viewers, you'll plateau. 30 to 40 is the hardest one to get past, I think. And I've been there since like February. And then when I joined Hover and I was on NTS and people were able to actually find my content, that's when I found that my numbers started to go up, and increase gradually and stay, which has been quite good.
So let's talk about the incredibleness of Hover, because there's so much Hover fam that's just like exploding this chat right now. I have never met a more supportive community. How did you discover it? When did you jump on board?
So I have some people. There are very, very few people that I listen to. I'm one of those stubborn asses. I don't take advice from people. I'd rather figure it out on my own. One of those people is Cat Liente. And Cat Liente had posted on her TikTok, hey, join Hover. And I was like, fuck it, fine. Yeah. Because TikTok I found exhausting. You have to basically keep up with a new trend that changes every 2 days.
I hate it.
You have to post at a certain time. You have to label it this. You also have to watch it through and then like it straight after. Maybe leave a comment, and then if you sacrifice a small child, you might get a view. So I was just like, and I was done with this whole trying to keep up with stuff, and I'd rather just people just saw my content and liked it rather than me having to mime along to the shittest song I've ever heard.
Right. So
I went on Hover and I posted a clip and I accidentally put it into the next top streamer.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
It was an accident. I didn't realize I'd done it. I thought I had to select a competition, so I just selected the whatever I had. Yeah. And it got put through.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god.
And obviously I came fourth in that competition.
That's amazing.
But I won $250 from that.
From
coming fourth. And then I also won $15 just by submitting my clip to a mini competition that I do every single week.
Wow. It's insane.
So I've got a lot more out of Hover, especially viewers wise. Yeah. If I do like a Hover call, like a Hover roll call in my chat, there's at least I would say 8, 9 or 10 people sometimes in my chat out of the 40, 50 that I normally have. Yeah. That will be from Hover now. So I've met people through it as well as like a genuine networking tool.
It truly is. I've never actually had more success on any other social media application than I have had on Hover. It's been 2 weeks now, and like you had success in the clip competition. But I think what's more so is the number of people I've met, like the connections I've made, genuine connections, like the one with you, and people just like constantly following while I'm live. It's just like a stream of people from Hover. It's absolutely one of the best discoverability tools I've ever found. It's a gem.
I agree. I think Hover's done a lot more for Twitch than Twitch realize.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I think the saddest part about it is that people who have found some sort of success by creating irrelevant content to their platform, like completely irrelevant content to their platform. Like I used to do this. I was the call out queen on TikTok. I was the bitch of Twitch talk. That was my thing.
That was your thing.
If someone was being manipulative, I'd be the person to call them out, and I did not give a fuck what happened. I was the person that took that.
Yeah.
It's not, that was completely irrelevant to my platform though. Like I don't do that on stream. I don't sit there and call out and bitch about content creators, and like that's not what I do on stream. And it was irrelevant. So I found that people were following me for my humor during those, but then it was few and far between. And I was getting likes because of how funny the TikTok was, and follows on TikTok because of that. But my content, they'd be like, oh, well, this isn't the same content that I saw at TikTok. And a lot of people are doing this. So they found a way to get people to follow them. Like, hey, guys, if you follow me, you could get raided. And it's like, just stop. Like, just stop it. And those people are the same people. The ones that create irrelevant TikTok content to their platform, to what they have on Twitch, and the ones who are also like follow for follow types, they're the people that are not succeeding on Hover.
Yeah.
Because their content needs to also be good. If your content is good, you will climb the ladder. That is how Hover works, and that's how it should be.
It's true. Yeah. The more engaging you are, and the more that you interact, the more effort you put forward, not only in your content but in how you engage with the platform. It works. Like the algorithm is brilliant in terms of how gravity is accumulated. How fast did it take you to grow on Hover?
So immediately when I found it, I realized that when you get a referral, you get a little bit more gravity than if you would go and like and comment and what on people's things. So I pushed referrals really hard, and I pushed all the way up to 81 referrals now.
Dang.
So I need 19 more to have a chance to get verified.
Yes.
Otherwise I will never be verified, basically. So that pushed me up the ladder. I'm like number 20 on Hover now.
You're up there.
But because I got so much gravity, it also gives me a slightly higher, very, very minimal, but slightly higher chance of my content being viewed on Hover before other people.
Which is
so
cool.
It's great.
It's so great. And which is why I assume we were able to discover you so quickly. Like you were one of the first people that came into our orbit, I guess. And we were like, oh my God, this girl is hilarious. Must meet. It was so cool. It's awesome how it works like that. It truly is.
Someone's asking if we can get a gravity check in. Ask Xander.
How do we do that? Can somebody do all of our gravity checks? It's very important. That's fantastic. That is it. I'm glad we were able to chat about Hover, because it truly is something I'm like pushing everybody to go and check it out. So, okay, I have so many questions. I want to talk a little bit about your hats. Tell me all about your hats.
So, not many people know this, but when I was in the UK, the thing that I used to wear on stream was a beanie hat.
No way. A beanie, just like a plain beanie.
Yeah, like a beanie hat.
Okay. I love that.
And that used to be like my staple thing. So I always used to have a hat on when I was streaming, just because it was cold in the house.
Yes.
So I wanted to wear something that was cozy.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Florida, I was like, I can't wear beanie hats anymore. And I didn't even own a cap. So I went and I bought one, and then it became just like a staple thing of my stream. I just bought more and more, and now I have like 14 hats.
I love it.
And it's become like my trademark thing. So I don't know what I'm gonna do when I move to Canada though.
You have to find some Canadian hats.
Is there like what's a Canadian hat look like?
Well, I mean, it looks like exactly what you have on your head, but typically with some type of sporting logo on it, like a
Oh,
hockey or a basketball team or the Blue Jays. It's like
yes, sports.
It's very. Are
I'm
you?
s-
Do you like sports?
I'm sports.
Do you know as much about sports as I know about sports? Just that they're called sports.
Yes, they are
Good.
called. I know that they are called sports,
Yeah.
and they have sportsmen
Yep.
in
And
them,
yep.
and normally a ball.
Ball or puck type object. Yeah.
You know more than me.
That's it. That's the extent of my knowledge. I'm glad that I know one thing more than you then.
Okay.
The puck is important because you are coming to Canada and hockey is like it's life. They live and breathe it here. It's very important. I grew up in a small town where it was just like hockey was what you did. If you didn't do hockey, something was wrong with you. Which I quickly escaped from that town because I don't like hockey. Which is don't tell anybody, guys, because they'll take away my Canadian citizenship. So that's a secret between us and you. But yeah, no, hockey sticks. But what else? What other kind of hats can you get in Canada? I imagine every kind of hat. You'll be excited about the number of toques that there are, which are
What's a
like
toque?
it's like a beanie but warmer with pom pom on the top, typically. But it's what we
That's-
call
that's-
like warm hats in Canada.
I'm just gonna stop you there.
Yeah.
The British
Yeah.
call them bubble hats.
Bubble hats?
Yeah, bubble hats.
That sounds way cuter than a toque.
Yeah, the blob on top's a bubble,
I want. Oh.
and it's a bubble hat.
I'm calling it that forever. No one's gonna know what that is in Canada, but I'm gonna start that trend with you.
Okay, I'm gonna
Bubble hat.
continue the trend when I get there. Everyone's gonna know what a bubble hat is by the time I leave.
Good. We will take Canada by storm with bubble hats. They
Bubble
won't.
hats.
Yeah, a bobble. It's bobble, not bubble. Bobble.
Bobble.
Bobble. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
sorry,
like
accent.
like a bobble head type thing. Because it
Yeah,
like
bobble
bobbles
head,
around.
bobble hat. Yeah, with a bobble.
Good. Do you do any type of Canadian activity like skiing or skating? Those
I
types of-
used to do a lot of snowboarding.
Good.
So when I came back to Canada when I was like 15, I was instructing like 3-year-olds on how to
Oh,
put So I did that for a little while, but I myself am not
That's
that
awesome.
good. I myself
Got
am
it.
not that good at snowboarding.
it was one of the things that you could teach well, but not demonstrate.
Yes,
How did you-
they did it on a flat surface connected to a carousel, and they just kind of hold on. And I
That's the
just
easy-
had to pick them up when they fell off. So honestly, I wouldn't even call that teaching. Honestly, I would.
Did you even have a snowboard like attached to you while picking off children?
I did not,
No.
but I did go down a few good hills with my snowboard.
Good.
I spent a few weeks snowboarding. I would say that I've got like 4 or 5 months under my belt for snowboarding, but
Oh,
otherwise
that's
no.
incredible. That's enough to like enjoy it.
It's enough to enjoy it, but I can't go down black slopes yet,
No.
like
no.
without falling over. They're like ice to me. So
They're like, did you say ice or guys?
it's ice.
Ice. Okay. I heard that.
Guys. They're like guys.
I heard
to
guys.
me.
They're like guys. I just fall over them.
I just
Like-
simply cannot with guys.
So then that's good. So either you need a helmet or you need a bobble hat because
I'm gonna go with
it's one
bobble
of
hat.
the two. Good. I think that's better. It'll protect
How-
your head far better.
How common are moose?
Incredibly common. In fact, little known fact, but when you were born in Canada, you are assigned a moose. At birth, yeah, and you are raised with your moose. You have to care for it, give it a name, and if your moose dies, you are immediately your citizenship is removed and you're evicted from the country. I don't know what it's like for people moving to Canada, but moose
I was
are
born there
pretty
too, and I
important.
don't remember getting a moose.
You weren't given one?
No, what's your
That's-
moose called?
Mine is Ted.
Ted.
Simple. I was a basic child. So I went with Ted. It's a girl though. I discovered as an adult that it was the wrong name. But
And I guess you realized that it was probably a girl as it grew taller.
it did,
I
yeah.
imagine.
That's what
Yeah.
and it got pregnant and I was like, "What?"
And now you have
confused.
a baby moose.
I do. Do you want it?
I would love it.
That would
I'll
work
be a
out
surrogate
perfectly.
mother to your baby moose.
Please. And then people won't know that you weren't they won't
They'll
know
never
that you were-
guess. They'll
Yeah.
never guess.
that you had to
How would
leave
they know?
and had
How
your
would they
moose. They
know?
wouldn't know. They won't know. It's perfect. It's a foolproof plan. But in reality, moose are quite plentiful. Yeah, I don't know where you'll be. Probably if you just wander into a bush, I'm sure you'll see a moose.
I'll be like just north of Ottawa in the
Yeah.
French part.
Yeah, the northern Quebec and northern Ontario are pretty moose-ridden areas.
Pretty moosey.
Moosey, they are.
And
Yeah.
would you say that the plural of moose is meese?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Or
So
moose
if you
eye
see it,
if you're feeling fancy.
moose eye.
Yeah.
And what is the collective term for moose? If I see, is it
Like
a gaggle of meese?
yeah, that's what I typically say. Actually, it's very interesting. That's always what I say. I'm like, oh, there's a gaggle of meese over there. But I don't think that's the actual term. Now I want to know, what do you call a group of moose? We're going to find a herd. It's just a herd. That's boring.
A flock.
Let's
A
go.
flock.
Yeah, let's go back to a flock or a gaggle. I think that's better.
I quite like the idea
Herd
of
is
saying, "Oh, look,
boring.
a flock of moose," and then they go like this.
Yeah.
A moose rave.
I liked what Doc said. It was, what did he say? A maggle of meese. A
maggle of meese.
A herd
A
of
maggle of
moosin.
meese.
I
That
love
sounds
it.
amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So yeah, so expect a lot of moose when you come to Canada.
I will. Are they dangerous? Would you consider them dangerous beings?
Yeah, I would actually. They're dangerous in two ways. One, they get in front of your cars. So when you're driving down a dark, lonely highway with forest on either side of you, beware.
Okay, and what do they do to your car? Do they just stand in front of it, or?
Well, they just they run in front out of the bush because they don't know that you're driving along in your car. And then when you run into a moose, the moose survives and your car does not. Typically, they're like running
so-
into an elephant. They're pretty
Okay.
hefty.
How big would you say a moose is? Because I'm 5'2".
Okay, so I guess it depends. Like a fully grown moose would probably be what? Like, would you say from like the hoof to the head, like 6 to 7 feet tall? Like they're huge. They're huge things. Like their back would probably be up to your head-ish area.
I'm 5'2".
6 foot, yeah, 6'9", 4.6 to 6.9 feet. Horse-ish,
and-
bigger than horse, big horses.
Let's say, for example, I'm just chilling in the forest.
Yeah.
You know, just walking along, enjoying the outback of Canada,
Right,
and I happen upon a gaggle of meese.
right.
What do I do?
If they have a baby, hide, because they will charge you and it won't be pretty. So just run or hide, get away.
And would you say that the amount of deaths, moose-related deaths, surpasses the amount of deaths related to car accidents?
No, I don't think there's a lot of moose related deaths because most people don't fuck with them except for the hunters. They're the only ones, and honestly I don't care about that statistic because you don't kill the meese, in my opinion. They're just Canadian doing their Canadian thing.
I'm worried about moose now.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's your biggest danger. No, they're not actually that prevalent. Like it's pretty tough to find a moose. But you're probably, if you're really thinking about what you're gonna see in Canada, it's black bear. Black bear, they're everywhere in Canada.
Oh no, black bears are fine.
Yeah.
I was in Saskatchewan for a little while. And
then you are familiar.
yeah, I know all about bears. Saskatchewan is essentially just surrounded by trees and forest.
Yeah.
It's basically the Georgia of Canada, right? In Georgia, if you drive down one road, it's just trees and mountains.
Yeah.
So Saskatchewan is a bit like the Georgia of Canada.
Yeah. If Georgia was dead and barren, like Saskatchewan is.
I mean, I would live near a very, very tree populated area at the time, and we moved
That's true.
very, very quickly out of there.
Yeah.
Because we realized that there was a lot of bears, and it was very dangerous going out past part. It was dangerous going outside. You know when the sun goes down at like 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like after 3, don't go outside.
Really? Because the
Yeah, 'cause
bears, they're that prolific? Oh, dang.
It was like it was especially in spring as well. I think it was spring. It was either spring or like autumn one of them. It was like one of those two.
Yeah.
It was just like don't go
Where
outside.
where the bears exploded. Yeah.
It's when they have their babies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah. So yeah, moose aren't like that. That's the bears are really where it's at. And it's interesting. Recently in Canada, they started putting these stretches along highways where they have moose radar. So if moose cross a particular line, all of these lights will start flashing like there's an emergency around you while you're driving. So it's pretty good. There's like warning signs.
So there's a moose alarm.
There's a moose alarm, yeah, at certain stretches of highway, yeah.
So when the moose alarm goes off, we just
stop your car. Just get off the road. That's what I do anyway when the moose alarm goes off, because I don't know when the moose is going to come charging out.
If a maggle of meese charge,
would
they hit your car or would they just?
I think that if they knew it was there, they would try to avoid it. Like they're not going to like just run it over, but if they don't see it coming, then you might hit them. That would be the worst of it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit worried.
I feel terrible that I've scared you about moose. They're like the gem of Canada.
I mean, they are the gem of Canada, but they also will.
Yeah.
Run at me if they have children for some reason.
They do. Yeah, they're pretty protective. They don't like
Could you imagine if humans were like that?
Right.
Like if you had a child, if you had a baby.
Yeah.
And then someone came near you, would you imagine a woman just charging at you with her pram?
Just like horns down, just like going.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time my dad was riding his bike out in the outback of Canada, and he came across a baby moose. And the baby moose came and started running beside him on the bike, and it was just so excited about being with my dad. And then the mama moose came out behind my dad on his bike, and she just started chasing him down, and he's just like pedaling and pedaling. And luckily the baby moose stopped following him. He was like shooing it away. He's like, "Get away from me, baby moose." He lived.
Okay, so baby moose equals imminent death.
Imminent mama
basically.
Death. Yeah. The moose was not on the bike. It was not. No, the moose was.
Moose was not on the bike. Was it in the basket on the front of the bike?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
They fit there perfectly. So you are a great many things. Not only are you a Twitch streamer and a hover celebrity, but you're also a singer-songwriter and a voice actor. So I want to start with singer-songwriter because that is incredible. When did you start singing, songwriting?
I started like writing songs, I suppose, when I was like, I want to say like 10, 11.
Oh, damn.
But it was because I had a guitar and I just got rid of my clarinet and I realized that guitar was the way for me.
Yeah.
And I'm painfully average at everything. So don't think that I'm amazing at guitar.
Okay.
But I don't know. I used to like learning songs by like Pink and all that, and like my favorite kind of bands back then were kind of like, I suppose, were like country songs. So I used to try learning those.
Yeah.
And then I just got really into it, and then obviously when you're that young and a little bit of tragedy hits you, you just write a song about it, and it's the best thing ever, and everyone's like, "Wow, amazing!" And then you just take that and you run with it because you're like 10. You know.
Did this happen to you when you were 10? Did you ever?
Well, yeah. So I had a father figure called Bob, and he unfortunately passed away, and he was one of my many father figures during my lifetime, and that was very sad.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first song I ever wrote. And I still remember how to play it. It's the first tune. If I pick up a guitar, it's the first tune I start playing to like warm up.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm sorry for your loss, but it's a.
That was like 20 years ago. We're good.
It is nice that you have this memory through this song that you've written for him.
I can't remember the words now. I just remember the tune.
Is it a good tune? Like, are you proud of your 10-year-old self?
I am very proud of my 10-year-old self. It's a really good tune for a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Oh.
I wish I could make tunes like that now.
Is there a chance you would play it for us?
I don't have a guitar.
Dang it! Where did it go? What a
it got guitar. Left. My guitar was a very nice guitar, and it got left in the UK. So I didn't bring any instruments with me at all.
Oh, and you don't want to pay the incredible price it would cost for you to ship it?
It's not worth it.
It's not. Would it be just more worth it to get a used guitar?
Yeah, I mean, I sold the guitar I had. and then I just never brought anything with me. I have a mini guitar, but it goes out of tune very quickly.
Okay, so you need to come to Canada, get yourself a moose, get yourself a toque, well, sorry, a bauble, and then you need to get yourself a guitar. There are priorities. Yeah.
Yeah. So moose, bauble,
guitar. Yeah. I guess the winter clothes, but I think those are really last. You can freeze. The other things are more important.
Yeah, I agree.
The moose can keep you warm. You can just snuggle up at night.
I mean, Bear Grylls says that moose can keep you warm if they're already dead. Have you seen what he does to a camel in the desert?
Oh no.
He keeps warm inside the camel.
Oh no. Who is this?
So I'm assuming a moose would be the same deal, right?
Is this like, you know, that movie with what's that, Leonardo DiCaprio, and he lived inside and he went into the Revenant? Is this like modern day Revenant?
No, I haven't seen the Revenant, honestly, but Bear Grylls is like this really hard. He's supposedly a survival expert, but all he does is in his show he's like, here, and now we see, if you look at this beetle, this is sustenance, and then he'll eat the beetle and then be like, that's disgusting, and then walk off. And then he doesn't really teach you how to survive. It's just him eating bugs in the middle of the woods and
living inside of camels, apparently.
Yeah, and sleeping inside of camels. Yeah.
Do you question whether or not he's actually sleeping in there?
A lot of people do. A lot of people question whether he's actually doing what he says he does, because he got called out because he had a show as well called something about he puts people on a desert island. It's a bit like what's it called? Survivor. It's a bit like Survivor, but without the game show part. It's just you have to survive. He will just drop 20 people on an island. They just have to survive.
Oh God.
He'll put like dangerous animals on there. He'll put like food for them to eat, but they have to hunt it, like just to see if they could survive for that long. And most people drop out.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. He misses the entire like entertainment element of the show.
It's just watching people like suffer.
It turned out that there was a hotel on the island that he was staying in, so people got like really people got really weirded out by it.
What's his name? Bear Grylls? Is that right?
Bear Grylls.
Bear
so his
Grylls.
name is Bear, and then Grills, like he's grilling a bear. Bear Grylls.
Grilling a bear. Okay. Is this a YouTubist, or is this like a legit TV show?
He's on British TV. He's like our survival expert of the UK.
Oh, I need to discover him.
So he got caught that he was in a desolate desert area and there was a highway less than 100 yards away.
That's the best.
So like he acts a lot for camera.
Okay, so it's a performance, not a survival expert.
Yeah.
And apparently bugs are gross. Great.
But he claims to be a survival expert. He basically eats bugs on camera. That's what he does.
Okay. We have somebody called Survivor Man, which I think is the United States version of Bear Grylls. And it looks like he's legit, but I don't know. He always seems a bit emaciated, you know, where you're just like kind of starving all the time. So he looks like.
I think just like if survival, I just don't understand why anyone would need to be an expert in survival in the 21st century. Haven't we done that bit?
Yeah, but just in case.
Didn't we do that already? And we've got past that point.
Yeah.
And we have the tools that we need to possibly survive if we should need to.
Right. But what about the zombie apocalypse?
Have you ever heard of the Principality of Sealand?
Oh, no. Tell me more. Is this a solution?
Yeah, for me. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay, I'm coming with
you. If you just Google it, the Principality of Sealand, you'll see what I mean.
What is it? Is it just like a perfectly fenced-in, protected area with sea creatures?
Even better. It is a self-sustaining principality, so it's its own country technically.
Oh dang.
And it basically is just like an unused oil rig that 50 people live in their whole lives, and they just fish and eat the fish.
And they don't have like they don't have to contribute to like the larger society, just their little mini society.
Yep.
Oh, that is incredible. It's like a commune but better.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going. If a zombie apocalypse hits, I'm going to Sealand.
100%. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
they got everything they need.
They have everything they need.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really like fish that much, but you know, I'll get used to it. I can eat shrimp. Yeah.
There's spices.
Do they have good internet? No, probably not.
I feel like that's not the important part though during a zombie apocalypse, probably.
Would there be internet in a zombie apocalypse is the question.
I think that I think internet it just lives now. It's just alive.
I take it you've watched like The Walking Dead and stuff, right?
Yes, yeah.
So like I've watched this and I think really long and hard about The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So like I do. I think a lot about The Walking Dead. It's a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I wouldn't survive that long.
No.
Not because of my stupidity,
Mm-hmm.
but because of every other dickhead that puts me in danger.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stupid stuff they do?
They do terrible. It's just not logical, half the shit that they do.
Like I just feel like I'd be like, I died because of you.
Would you come back and haunt them as a ghost zombie?
Like, to be fair, if I got bit because of someone on my team, I would just bite them before I went.
Good call. Good call. They deserve it. Go with
They
you.
deserved it. Like,
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
So, coming back to the zombie apocalypse thing, I feel that I would die very quickly too, but it's because of my cats that I would die. Because what do I do with them? You know, like I need to.
Honestly,
take
you
care
just
of
put them out as bait at this point.
I can't. I don't think I could do that. Like I gotta take them with me, and they're liabilities. They're freaking.
I think
they eat a lot.
honestly, there comes a point where you have to say, look, cats, they've been able to survive on their own long enough.
They'll be fine. Let them
They'll
go.
be absolutely fine. Just let them chase a mouse. They'll eat the mouse. They'll learn. Okay.
That's true.
What's more important?
That's true.
What's more important?
That's
And how old
fair.
is your cat? How old is your cat?
Well, like I have 2 cats that will be fine, but this is my one cat who has attached himself to me. He's 5 years old, and he's a chonker. I'm being honest, and he doesn't really know how to be a cat. You know, like he just knows how to lie there in a fat way.
Okay,
I'm a
so I
little
think
worried
he
about
might.
him.
I'm not thinking that Chonky's gonna have a good chance in the zombie apocalypse. I
does-
think
he
that maybe
couldn't.
he'll be a lunch.
He won't make it. He won't. And this is why I'm gonna have to go early in a zombie apocalypse, so I don't have to watch my cats get eaten.
Okay, so does that mean that you'll come along with a group and then you'll
Yeah.
be like the sacrifice?
Yeah, I would be I would do that for everybody.
You're essentially like watching flank whilst
Yeah,
the rest of us.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll take up the rear. I'll be the straggler at the back, the one who never makes it.
I think you know what? I think I can live with that. You can be on my team.
Okay, sweet. Oh, good, good. I definitely 100% would never do anything stupid to harm you.
Okay, that's cool because I'd just
Mhm.
bite you. So
Yeah, we can go together. You can't, Doc. We're not going to be eating Oliver in the kitty apocalypse. I mean, in the zombie apocalypse. Can you imagine a cat apocalypse? What would that look like? Not that that's come out of my mouth. I feel like I would be happy.
just imagine the entire. And why is it always the USA as well?
I don't know.
Just imagine the entirety of the USA just like swarmed in pussy. Just
I feel like they'd probably be a lot happier. It's just
they probably would.
dealing with the cats. Without all that pussy, they would be fine. It'd be great. So, okay, sorry. This was like a dramatic trajectory change from your singing songwriting career.
Sorry, this
that
is
we
what
were-
happens when you talk to me. I divert.
I don't remember laughing this hard in a long time, so I'm pretty glad we're having this.
I've got a very dry like sense of humor, so I'm glad that you kind of get it.
I do. I live with this every day of my life. You have the same sense of humor as Dr. Mario, my other half.
Did you think that the zombie apocalypse, like be honest,
Yeah.
like I need 100% frank honesty here. When COVID hit, did a part of you go, this is it?
This is it. Yeah.
This is the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
This is when all those years of watching The Walking Dead finally come into play. I'm going to be traveling the globe with 3 vagabonds that I've just met in a bar. We're going to be surviving off the land. Is that, be
Yeah.
honest, did a part of you want that?
Okay. Want it? Yes. Okay. Yes, I did. I did want it. I did. I did. But like only because it seems so exciting at the beginning. Until then you consider your cats, and then it all comes crashing down around you, this imaginary life. But this is why I was so excited. It's because I'm an incredible Beat Saberist, a Beat Saberist. And
Okay.
I was just like, get me some katanas or sabers and nothing will survive because
See,
I've got the
see, when I used to
reflexes.
do martial arts, so I used to do and teach martial arts a lot. My 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 weapon is what you would call like a staff.
Okay. Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
quite good with a staff.
You're like Wukong.
And I had a sword at one point, but I kept cutting the back of my leg with it, so I wasn't allowed it anymore.
It was more harm to you.
Yeah, so I stuck with the big stick.
Fair enough. Fair. Good. Good. So, well, in the next upcoming, what did J-pop called it? The Pussy Pandemic. We will we'll get together. We'll get our sabers and our big stick, and we'll go and battle the pussy.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just really upset that the borders closed rather than opened.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just being like united under one COVID, we've separated.
separated under one COVID. But
Yeah.
you can get through, right? Because you're moving.
I can get through because I have a blue passport.
Oh, that's right. You have a Canadian
Yeah,
passport.
but if I tried to book a flight with a British passport, I wouldn't be allowed in the country even with a visa right now.
Oh. So it's all about having that passport.
Yeah, if you
That's
don't
the
have the
magic
passport,
ticket.
you can't book the flight.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're gonna make it to the Great White North.
Thank
Before
you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you have like arrangements set up here? Do you have family to stay with, or do you have a condo apartment?
All of my family now live in the UK. I have an aunt who's she's a little crazy. And I say aunt, she's more like great aunt. She's a little bit crazy and she lives on the other side above Washington.
Okay.
And then another one of my aunts lives like in Washington.
Okay.
But otherwise I don't have any family here. So I'll be staying with friends for a while whilst I get on my feet here.
Oh, lovely.
And then I'll be finding somewhere to live and just doing stuff. I don't know. What does one do?
Yeah, what do you have, like, do you work another job besides stream right now?
I haven't been able to. So when COVID hit, I came over here to be a private jet serviceman.
Mhm.
And no planes.
Oh, right. That's
So my job was to manage a base for private jets and service them. So I'm a base manager.
wow, that's incredible.
And then my base is closed. I never even met any of my staff.
Oh my god.
They message me every now and again telling me they quit or they want to join or they want to come back, and I'm like, okay. But none of us have been paid because the base didn't open yet.
Oh my god. So you're
I was here to
managing these people who are quitting.
I was opening a base, and the base never opened, so none of us got paid.
Oh my
I got paid
god.
for like the first 6 months, and then I've been just relying on streaming.
Damn. Well, okay, first of all, that's incredible. Opening up a base of, like, managing a base. That's friggin' insane. How do you get into that? Like, do you have an engineering degree?
No, I'm not an engineer. I'm a serviceman.
Okay.
So serviceman means I fix the pretty things. So when it comes to private jets, I deal with a lot of well-known clients, and they all have like specific things they like, and it's my job to go in and make sure the airplane is completely perfect to that person's exact specifications.
Oh.
So I managed a contract for a private jet company, and it was my job to make sure that every flight was goddamn perfect.
Perfect.
If something broke on the inside that didn't affect flight, that was my job. Engineering is the people that do the engines. I don't touch anything that affects flight. Just the pretty stuff that the customer sees.
Okay, so when you call yourself a serviceman, it's not like you're servicing the mechanical parts of the plane. You're servicing the beauty of the plane.
Yes,
Gotcha.
but we can't be. They couldn't think of a better name for us, so we just got called servicemen.
Right. Yeah. It's an interesting title, but I like it, and it's very fancy sounding. I don't meet many jet servicemen these days.
Yeah, we're very few and far between.
Yeah.
Because like me on my own, I can do like 20 private jets, so that's like an entire fleet on my own. So you won't meet many of us.
No,
we're very few.
You can handle lots of jets. So
yeah.
Are you going to look for a position like that here in Canada?
I can do, but there is certain rules. So to get an SID pass, I need to have 5 years of valid work history. And now that I've been furloughed, it doesn't count. So I can't. And I have to have been within one country for 5 years. So
That's
I've been to
frustrating.
the UK and America. So that's I won't be able to get an SID pass for 5 years.
That's frustrating. I'm so sorry. So
It
you're
doesn't
gonna.
matter to me.
It
I'll just do
doesn't.
something else.
Is
I'll just
jet
do something else.
serviceman not your dream job?
I don't really have a dream job, if I'm honest. I really like planes, so
Mhm.
that's why I went there. But before that, I was the UK problem manager for an IT company.
Wow. What's your
I
background in?
I don't really have a background. I just get promoted really fast for some reason.
It's your personality. It's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I think I just have one of those. I'm just one of those people. Like I don't know why. I don't suck up to people, and I don't lie. I don't see the point of lying, and I always try and take responsibility if I do something wrong.
Right.
And that is the attitude that a lot of supervisors like.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm in a company, no matter who I work for, I genuinely care about the business.
That's incredible.
So as soon as and this is what I always say when I hire people, as soon as I can tell that you care about the business and you care about what you're doing, that is when you'll get promoted.
Yeah.
You can be the best person at your job, but if you don't care, then you're not getting it.
Yeah. It's the attitude that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I always get promoted.
I love
So I went
it.
to an IT desk and I joined as a person on the phones, just answering, and it was for McDonald's, so it's like a really big contract. Because they have loads of tech in McDonald's in the UK. There's like
Right.
50 screens.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, there's
my.
like
That's intense.
so in the UK there is
Sports
every
bar.
store has 261 individual pieces of tech. That the staff use or that the customers use. We have like iPads to play on. We have like these big screens. Like we have loads of cool stuff. Our restaurants in the UK are a lot better than US and Canada. They're a lot more like ahead. They're called Experience of the Future stores.
I want to experience a future store.
Yeah, that's what they're called. So that's true. Oh, there you go. Scone works in McDonald's.
That's incredible. Wow.
So my job was to manage 2,165 servers as the problem manager.
Holy shit. So you're good with IT.
I used to be, but IT changes like the wind.
Yeah.
So whereas I've taken like 6 years off it now, the IT that I used to deal with won't be the same. So I can't just dive back in. It would be insulting to anyone who works with IT to say that, yeah, I could just dive back in and pick it up straight away. Like I'd be good, I'd be better than a new person, but I'd still have to relearn everything, just like anyone else.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. It's an evolving field. Have you ever considered starting a TV show called Pimp My Plane?
Pimp My Plane?
Yeah.
I don't know how much business I'd get.
Why?
Because private jets are normally not privately owned. Weirdly,
Oh,
the name lies to you. So private jets are normally owned by companies. There's a couple of ones. So there's NetJets, which is a big Europe one. The company I used to manage a base for was called VistaJet. And they had like a fleet of 200.
Damn.
NetJets had a fleet of like 500.
It's just for their company, essentially?
Yeah, and then a lot of times people won't actually buy a private jet because it doesn't make any monetary sense. Accountants will always tell you, do not buy a private jet. It costs thousands and thousands per night to park it, hundreds of thousands in fuel depending how far you go, and if you want to go short distance you need a different size plane than if you want to go long distance. So it doesn't make any monetary sense to buy a plane.
No.
But you can charter one. So a lot of time people will just charter one.
Yeah, charter a private plane.
Yeah. So I've met lots of people through that. Like I've met like celebrities through that, and most of them just charter planes.
That's fair. So you can't really pimp out companies' planes.
No,
sadly.
They get really upset if you try.
Do they? Just try to make it a little extra fancy. Damn.
Yeah, the like we do some things, but no, we're not really allowed to pimp out planes.
How does one get into the pimping plane business from an IT? Like how did you like approach this area?
So when I started on planes, I used to live near an airport that was commercial and had a private jet sector.
Okay.
And I started on the commercial side, and my job was to clean planes. So I used to go in at night, and for 10 hours every night, I used to go on commercial planes, take all the rubbish out, hoover the plane, and wipe the windows and the tray tables down. And I used to do that every single night. And I used to never sleep because the daytime was so bright and the kids outside were so noisy.
Oh God.
And then I grew to supervisor,
Mhm.
and then to manager, and then I got into technical servicing as the manager.
Mhm.
And then that experience led me into the private jet sector, which actually pays worse than the commercial one.
Wow.
So as a
Interesting.
manager of the commercial sector for cleaning planes, I got paid more than I did as
In
a
the
base
private.
manager for fixing them.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
dramatically different.
Yeah, but you have to do, they give you like a course on how to fix stuff. So, and it's like a certified course,
Yeah.
but it's not a degree, but it's a
Certification.
certification that you need. It's like C++ basically
Yeah.
for IT.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, well, that's fascinating. What an interesting career life you've had. So now you're coming to Canada. You're gonna definitely be continuing on Twitch, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The idea is to
Yeah,
get a
go ahead.
part-time job, and at least a part-time job to support me and at least be able to get food and pay rent whilst I get
Yes.
set up, and then stream in the meantime
Yes.
to make ends meet.
Beautiful. That's so. What are your plans for stream? Paint a picture of what one could expect on a TeenyGiant stream.
So my streams have always been affected by my home life. So I'm not allowed to be too loud. I'm not allowed to be too crazy. I can't decorate. I can't buy anything for my stream because I just get moaned at that I've spent money on something ridiculous. So there's this whole home life element to why I can't do what I want to do on my stream. And that's why when I say like, oh, it's just a personality in a white room, that's because that's all I was allowed to do, really. It's just play games and talk to people.
Okay.
And I got enough people to my stream just by doing that. But I think when I finally am able to move, I'm gonna essentially take it to the next level a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll be able to buy a lot more stupid shit and play around a lot and just we have a lot of jokes and a lot of stuff that I want to do. If you think of like Capri Sun Puppy, I love him.
Yes, love Capri.
He is living my fucking dream right now. He just buys what the fuck he wants for his stream, and he has no one to answer to.
I have so many
That's
questions about his
exactly what I want to
props.
do.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's such a band.
He is. I don't know how he's like multiple. He's so big of a personality. He's like multiple people inside of one body.
Oh yeah, he's a like Keith Lemon or Borat. He's essentially one of those. He's got two characters and then himself. So he has two characters that he plays, and then he has himself. So and he's also got like I'm actually getting roasted on his show on Wednesday as well.
Are you? Oh my god,
Yeah.
good, because I'm the Wednesday after you. So I get to watch you go first, thank God.
I suggest that, Angry, I suggest that your community come along to this Wednesday's one as well, so that they know that when Capri asks for things on you, they know what kind of things to send.
Yeah, he was asking who in my life he could like interrogate for dirt. I was like, I don't know anybody.
He's gonna interrogate your Discord, and if they need to be ready for him.
Oh no! Should I tell them to expect interrogation from Capri Sun?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Chandra, I'm definitely not I'm not letting. You know what? No. I think what I'm gonna tell my people is that if Capri Sun comes and asks you questions, you should block him. That's what I'll.
Don't block him. Don't block him. Send him what he wants. Otherwise, the show won't be as good. He does very, very well when he secretly sent things. He makes it very, very funny.
See, I cannot wait for this. They're like, I feel like everybody's ready to sell me out. They're pretty hyped about that.
I can't wait for it. I'm excited for mine. Mine's next week. So.
Oh God, I can't. I'm really excited to see you go first. This is wonderful. I'm excited to see your interview, period, because I want to know all the things that he's gonna like drag up on you that I didn't get to ask about.
He knows me quite well, so it's gonna be.
How long have you known Capri?
I met him on Hover through Next Top Streamer, and then we've talked every day since.
Aww.
Me and Capri are
guy. What a stellar guy. What kind of advice has he given you that you've really taken to heart?
So he's told me So he's told me a lot about how TikTok works. So his brother is a partnered YouTuber and famous TikToker.
Oh.
Well, famous is in he's verified kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So his brother knows a lot. So by proxy, Capri has learned a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've learned a lot about short form editing, which is what obviously Doc does for you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm working on my short form editing, and it's something
Excellent.
like every 3 seconds you need to change what they're looking at.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that before, but that's like a huge thing apparently. So I learned
is.
I learn little tiny things from here all the time.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Like even like the odd little change, but it has to be every 3 seconds in the video. It's
Yep.
pretty crazy. That's damn, so you make your own videos?
Yeah, I don't have an editor. I had one for a bit, and then his PC broke.
Oh, poop. You do a really
Yeah.
good job. Your videos are incredibly funny.
I mainly just try and do candids from stream. I find that on Hover, for me, candids work. And when I say candids, I mean this is a moment that happened in stream, just watch it kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They tend to work for me, I think, because I have a lot of personality and I think that now that people kind of know me, they kind of expect that what is about to happen in the clip will be funny. So I get views regardless of what it is.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. What kind of music do you use?
What kind of music do I use?
Yeah, is that you just said you use music in your clips, or you do music in your clips?
I don't do any music.
Did I not hear that? What is the sentence that
No.
you just said that came out of your mouth?
I said that I get views.
You get views.
I get views basically on Hover now, regardless of my
Oh,
content.
I heard
Because
I got
of how much
music
I've
on
pushed
Hover.
myself up.
I was like, what? How do you get music on Hover? That's because of the gravity, because of your orbit, you get more and more views.
Yeah,
That
because of the
makes sense.
gravity. Because I'm like a known face on Hover now. I get a lot of views on that stuff.
Yeah.
And I try not to post like mediocre stuff. I
Yeah.
try to always at least make it quite good.
The best of the best.
So if I don't have anything like good, I don't post it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. So how many clips a week would you put out, would you say?
This week I only put one.
One out? Nice. But it's a quality clip, and that's what matters.
Yeah, but I used to do like one every couple days.
Wow. Have you been considering going for Hover's Next Top Streamer, like and winning it?
Personally, I will never go for Next Top Streamer again.
Why? What is that? What is it all about?
So Next Top Streamer is how people found me. It's an amazing discoverability tool.
Mhm.
It's really, really good. But I think that is the most stressed I've ever been.
Why?
So
why?
So the competition the competition is it's a week long.
Mhm.
So you get through the clip part and you get through to the top 16,
Mhm.
and then they split you into categories of 4 each.
Mhm.
And so the 4 each then go to, so you get put up against 3 other streamers,
Mhm.
and you have to give like a 20-minute showcase.
20 minutes.
So yeah, a 20-minute showcase of your stream. You gotta play a game and respond to chat, and they push you. They send their whole chat to your stream.
Oh my gosh.
And they will flood you with subs, gift bombs. They will, if you've got an emote wall, you are fucked. Remove your emote wall. And they kind of give you feedback on your stream a lot. And then they kind of just decide who did it best, if that makes sense. Who
That's
had the best
awesome.
content. So on my night, on my 16 night, I got through. So I was the second person to get through to the top 16 because I did a music showcase, and
Right.
it was very funny and it went down very well, and people kind of
Nice.
enjoyed it. And that's something that you would normally see on my stream.
Yeah.
Like I welcome everyone in with the morning song, which is
Yeah.
what we do, and then we sang a funny song called Pain, and then I made some jokes with chat and responded to chat as well. And then when you get through, you then go into the final 4. Now the final 4, if you get through, you've already won money. So I
Okay.
came 4th. I came last out of my group. So I had an unfortunate incident where I accidentally muted my sound just as I was about to sing to a song, so I couldn't hear the music, but chat could.
Oh no. Oh no. I hate
I
chat.
don't. And
Like,
it
not
had
even
never
your
happened
fault.
before. And I'd practiced this like 8 times. It had never happened before. But for some reason, my keyboard has a mute button just here.
How dare it?
So I came 4th, and I don't know, like I spent like 4 days preparing for that,
Yeah.
and then I muted myself, and the stress was unreal.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think coming forth, $250 for me is an amazing, like, thank you so much,
Yeah,
but it
an
is not worth
accomplishment.
the amount of stress that I went through.
But you to do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not do it again. If
Yeah.
they made third and fourth both $500, so the first prize is $3K, second
Wow.
prize is $1K, second prize is $1,250,
Right.
and third prize is $500, and fourth prize is $250. If they made third and fourth prize $500
Each.
then yeah, I might do it again.
Yeah.
But for me, coming fourth, and apparently it was like 1 point between me and someone else.
Mm,
Like,
it hurts. Yeah.
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 So if you attended the 3K mute,
Is that what they called it? The 3K
The-
mute?
the 3K mute,
Why is it known as that?
because it cost me 3K.
Oh,
Well, to be fair, I was up against Capri. So as soon as I realized Capri was through, I said, okay, I'm aiming for second place.
right.
Because this guy, like, he is so well put together that I was like, you know what? There's no way I'm going to beat this guy.
Did he come first?
Like, I think out of everyone, he was most worried about me, and I was most worried about him.
That's adorable.
I think we were definitely both the ones to beat, and I think I muted myself, and I think because I'd already done a really good show on night 1, I think night 2 didn't live up to it as much. So I think my first show was better than my second one.
Yeah.
So it was my own fault for not having the right content, but I was so stressed I didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
So.
But that's incredible. And so you have to do 2 20-minute showcases.
Yeah,
get
2
into the
20-minute
top
showcases.
four. Yeah. Wow. So who won that particular?
Capri.
It was Capri who won that one.
Capri won. He won $3,000, which he spent on furthering his content.
Yeah.
So he's got like more props, and he's got more like bits to make content out of. I think I want to say Roto TV came second. He played Apex and talked to chat a bit. Kit QQ came third, and she played a horror game and talked to chat. And then I came fourth with a music production.
Damn. I need to go back. Can I still see these videos? Are they still up?
I don't actually. They are partnered now, so yes, they should still be there. I think.
Yeah. I need to go down that road and check them out. That's fascinating. Thank you for giving me like the lowdown on Top Streamer. That is an incredible amount of work to put into.
It is very, very stressful.
Yeah.
It is very, very stressful. I seriously urge anyone that wants to compete, really, really think about how well you could do when you have over 100 people in your chat spamming you. If you panic with 30 people, NTS is not for you.
No.
Like if you panic when your chat gets a little bit busy, NTS is not for you. Don't do it.
No.
But if you think you could do it, and you're just waiting for your big moment, this is the moment for you.
That's the
take
thing
it.
to take. We are Warframe creators, so every once in a while, Warframe is a game and they stream. Digital Extremes is the developer, and they'll stream, and they have like 10 to 20,000 people, and then they'll raid you with that number. So I've had those raids a few times, and the incredible adrenaline and fear and like all of the emotions that happen when you have that many people dumped into your stream is it's frightening. It's something else. But at the same time, you're like, what do I say now? I think I've forgotten how to speak words.
I think the most people. What's the most people you've ever had in your stream?
Oh, I'd have to look. I have to go back and look. But I think that the biggest raid was 20K. Doc, can you remind me about that though, please? It was during. I think it was last summer. There was the big one. Was it 18 to 20? Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh,
there
damn.
was the big ones, yeah.
When Lala goes, oh shit, it's Warframe.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, oh god, it's Warframe. Oh shit.
The most I've ever had in my channel is 195.
That's incredible.
And that was from a raid from a friend who had a lot of people in her chat that day.
How did you feel? Was that like adrenaline inducing?
It was really good. I mean, a lot of them were lurkers because she'd been live for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
So they were quite quiet, but it felt good to have the numbers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Does feel pretty good. It does feel pretty good. But yeah, it's intimidating. It's intimidating. And it's hard to like I'm a very chat focused streamer. So not being able to read chat, you have to just kind of let them do what they're gonna do because you're not gonna be reading a single thing that they say. So you have to just talk to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people like, I've have you like read Ashley Christ's book?
Ashton cries.
Ashley Christ.
No, I haven't.
So she's like a stream coach, and she says
Oh.
if you have if you have this many to this many followers, you should be doing this. If you have this many to this many followers, you should be doing this kind of thing.
Oh.
I'm interviewing her on Monday actually. So
That's
if you're
incredible.
if you're a streamer and you want to learn something, it might be a good place
Yes.
to be.
Can you spell her name for me, please?
ASHNI
Yep.
Christ.
Okay.
Ashley Christ.
That's incredible. Thank you. I'm going to research her.
So she's got a lot of YouTube content right now. She's quite big on Twitter. And obviously like Ninja mentions her in his book as like an amazing source of. So she's like
Wow.
she's legit.
Congratulations on interviewing her. That's so exciting.
God. I reached out on a whim, and it went in my favor.
Yay!
Luckily, so.
Oh, that's so great.
And I met her through Hover.
No way.
She was a judge. She was a judge in the final
of the Next Top Clip competition.
Yeah.
Oh, Next Top Streamer.
Yeah, she was a judge in the final. But so Ashley, so she's always saying like what you should and shouldn't do at certain stages, and I'm at that place where I'm kind of between stages. So I haven't hit partner yet, but I'm like edging closer, but I'm still on that weird plateau, right? So where you're not really gaining momentum, but you're not losing it either. People still enjoy your content. You get the odd new person, but you got to change up what you're doing. You have to, and when you hit a plateau, what you have to do is drastically change one thing. That is the key to ending a plateau, is drastically changing one thing.
Oh, I love that.
That's why every single month I remove something and then I put something in there.
Oh,
so
like,
I give it and I take it away. Yeah, and it's always something like interactive with chat that they can try out and like stuff like that. So I've always done that, but for me, I've really struggled with finding like what I want my new kind of content base to be. So my old content base was music, and I don't want to move away from music, but I want to make that rarer. And I want to do like more podcasting and stuff. And I find it so hard not to talk to chat.
Yeah.
It's so difficult not to talk to chat.
It truly is. It was a massive transition for me starting these interviews. And like I made a thing, like a warning in chat to like let people know that I wasn't going to be responding, because it's a different culture for them too. It changes things.
It does. And I think as well, like a lot of people, like I'm one of those people that I won't talk in a chat if it's too busy. That's why I say I'm a lurker. I enjoy the content rather than enjoy talking to the streamer.
The interaction.
Yeah. So I'm very much I don't really care for interaction that much. If I talk in your chat, expect me to talk solidly throughout the entire stream. But if I'm just lurking, I'll just you won't know I'm there. I'll just kind of chill and watch. And and so it's so hard for me to transition from having, because I have half my chat's interactive people, like they really want to talk, and half of them are lurkers because they just like the sound of my voice when they're at work. And the music was quite soothing, and like, you know, stuff like that. Like it's something like it's a topic that they can get involved in and just listen to, and it's very, very hard transitioning with my interactive people into stuff that they can't really interact with.
Are you thinking of transforming your stream entirely to a podcast style?
No. I do want to do some like a podcast maybe a week or every couple weeks. So I want it to be like educational stuff as well. So not just for my benefit. So we just did one called the Uncancel podcast. And it was going well until one person in chat decided that they were just going to take it upon themselves to completely run the show. And so I was just like,
What does uncancelled mean?
So we take people that have been cancelled and we look bit by bit into the thing that cancelled them.
Oh yeah.
And we decide whether it was fair to cancel that person or not.
That's incredibly fun.
Basically encouraging people to think for themselves rather than
thought.
just watch what they hear on the news and media, you know. And the first person that I chose to do stupidly was cancelled for being racist and homophobic. And it turns out they weren't even being racist and homophobic, they were just ignorant.
Oh no. And they were canceled
so
for
obviously
it.
you get the people that really want to advocate on behalf of BLM and that stuff, and they will not, they have a very, very narrow mindset in that not everything is racist.
Right.
The thing is, I go through it bit by bit with chat. I say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And we go through everything. But obviously there was just one person that would not allow it.
Oh, and then it just kind of took it downhill.
Yeah, and I was just like, of course. It went quite well either way. We still got the result that the person was uncancelled via vote. The jury were pretty strong on that. Yeah, it's just the one person chat just bringing the vibe down, like tanked the vibe of that. So we're gonna choose more comedic style versions of uncancel in future, I think.
Do you plan on like podcasting those, or just do them live on your stream?
That was a podcast, but because of the amount of chat interaction I had to have to control that one person, I couldn't put that on Anchor. I couldn't put that on YouTube. No.
Yeah.
I couldn't use it. So they not only destroyed one piece of content, they destroyed 3.
That's tragic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens though. It happens.
It does, especially when you're doing something live. Like it's nothing. It's hard.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I've made it very clear that anyone that's gonna, I've made it very, very clear that anyone in future who's gonna tirade is essentially gonna just be timed out.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean,
yeah, I made mistakes, but I learned from them. I didn't control chat enough that day, and that's my own fault.
Yeah.
But we were all very involved in that one, and I think people found it interesting. I think it was an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think people learned a lot. I learned a lot. As like, you see what I mean? I learned a lot, but
I think that's an incredible idea, and I think you're onto something like really, really brilliant. And yeah, like establishing rules around your content now, like it's just a lesson learned. You know, not a mistake. It's just you can move on now knowing that, well, this is the rules we have to follow while we're doing this. Mods, like, time out, get ready.
What was the biggest mistake you ever made in streaming?
That's a wonderful question. There's a few. I feel like mistakes are being like, you always go down. It's hard to call them mistakes. I really prefer to think of like everything along those lines as lessons learned, because it's been such a brand new experience for me. I think though there were a few. One was running a stream team early on as a streamer. So as soon as we became partnered, we had a stream community that we were running until we became partnered. And when we became partnered, we made it a partnered stream team, and it was incredibly difficult because people hold you responsible for the mistakes or actions of other streamers in the community. So it became a detriment. It was meant to be a tool to aid and build up other streamers and grow together as a community, but it became instead something that tore us down as an independent streamer.
So you had a couple streamers in that community that weren't necessarily doing what you would expect a regular person to do,
right? Or like they didn't follow the rules outlined, or they just had expectations that I couldn't fulfill as part of the leadership of the community. So that was a tough lesson, but I'm glad it happened. Like, I'm glad I learned that lesson. I wouldn't do it again. And I think joining stream teams has probably been the biggest mistakes we've made, not knowing the team well enough before jumping on board, not like researching, not really understanding the leadership and how they operate. Too many times we've joined teams that have just ended up being like dregs, like they're just sucking rather than giving. I'm not sure if that's an experience you've had. Those have been our biggest challenges, if not mistakes made. I think so far there's a handful of little ones, but the beautiful about streaming is the trial and error. Like, you bring some piece of content out and it flops and you're like, well, not going to do that again, and then you move on. What
I mean,
about
I
you?
always try and live and learn, but with stream
Yeah.
teams, the only one I ever joined was a Twitch Sings team called
Oh.
the Eyes Closed Club,
Uh-huh.
and that was run by Gloop Dog, and it's just people that used to do Twitch Sings so that people can find a concert venue basically whenever they wanted it.
Yeah.
That's the only team I ever joined, and we don't really do much. We just kind of I'm just in it now. It's not really a
It
team,
just
but
exists.
I've been
Yeah.
invited to like 8 different teams, I think,
Yeah. What keeps
since
you
I
from
started
them?
growing. I don't join teams really. I mean, the only team that I'm considering joining obviously is run by my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I consider joining that. You know, like if she definitely asked me to do it, I would 100% join. I think, like, because it's run by my friend, and I know that all they're looking for is like just good quality streamers that they can learn and grow with. But a lot of stream teams do charity, and I'm gonna say something kind of like weird here,
Mm-hmm.
is that I don't believe that streamers should be doing so that much for charity. Like every person I see is doing charity stuff, and for me, like a lot of these charity streams don't seem like they're put on with the best intentions.
Mm.
And
I hear what you're saying. There is very much a culture on Twitch that you do a charity stream because of for appearances.
yeah, and I'm not one of
Versus.
those people, and I'd never want to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Um,
That's very
and
fair.
I just like say for example, I raised $1,000 for Stack Up, who have asked me to do charity work. They've approached me. They've asked me. They've been knee deep in my emails asking me to do charity work for them. Stack Up is an American military organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why would a British person who doesn't believe in military forces, well, like
It doesnn't make sense for you.
yeah, so it doesn't
stand
make sense for
behind it.
me to do it. Why would I want to support? Like you see, like it's not that I don't like the military, but I'm not American, so why would that?
Right. It doesn't make sense for you. Yeah.
Like I get that they need money, but I think a lot of companies are learning that streamers are a great way to get
Mm-hmm.
what they want.
Yeah. Advertising revenue, etc.
And as well, here's another thing. Have you done a charity stream?
Many, yes. I have.
Okay, so say for example, as a streamer, you'll often find that your income dips and it also goes up.
Oh, yes.
Some months. It's never the same, and sometimes you could struggle to make ends meet. And when you're on a say for example you're on a plateau like me, I've averaged the same amount of subs, the same amount of bits, the same amount of everything for months.
Mm-hmm.
I think as well, I think annoyed is the wrong word, but I'd be like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So say for example I raised like $6,000, right, in this one stream, but like the same audience that I have would not put. How do I put this without sounding like a complete fucking ass?
I think I know what you're saying, and it's something that we struggle with. When we do a charity stream, we are not going to bring in the income that we require to live on that month. Charity streams are very, very difficult choices for us, especially the number of charity streams that we are asked or expected to do. Because every time we do one, we're taking away that money from us and our survival. And that's very difficult when you're at the stage that you and I are currently at in our streaming careers, which is new, early on.
Which is, we rely on the income that we have.
The big streamers, like the big ones that are raking in the bucks, I think that the charity work they do should be a requirement of their partnership, because they like nobody needs that much money. Like that's a great way to fundraise for a great cause, but it is difficult for us at our level.
Yeah, I think as soon as you negotiate a bigger split, you should also have to do 2 charity streams a year.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. But
like,
I
see what I mean? If you want to negotiate, you got to do charity work.
Mm-hmm. That's a wonderful idea for negotiating Twitch partners.
I mean, so this is another reason. Like, so this is why I won't be going full-time streaming when I'm in Canada. I'll probably be taking off a day or two, just so I can get some work hours in and get a genuine, like, steady income going. Because because of my plateau right now, I don't know if I can rely on this as income. To support myself. So that's why I'm covering all bases.
Yeah, that's completely fair. What I want to actually ask this question back to you. What do you think your biggest mistake or error has been as a streamer?
I think I think it comes down to this. I'm one of those people that I come up with a lot of original ideas.
Mhm.
Um, and I think I come across a lot of the time as a hey, that was my idea kind of
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Um, I I used to be very, very giving and open with my ideas and the way that I did things.
Mhm.
And then people would take advantage of that.
Mhm.
So I literally had someone copy paste my content onto their even my sound alerts, my personalized my voice, my sound alerts onto
What?
their stream.
Oh my god. Oh
The
my
only
god.
difference between our streams was that my face wasn't on it. Um, and then they eventually stole my music as well and put that on Spotify too, under their name, which I think that's one of my biggest mistakes is
Wow.
allowing people. And so, but now I find that since that, I've become very, very sensitive to people copying my content, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And like I'll accuse people of like copying my content when maybe they haven't and they came up with the idea of their own, and it makes me feel like a crazy ignorant asshole.
I understand.
But I'm
Yeah.
just so sensitive to it now that I'm just like,
Yeah. It's the greatest form of flattery, but not like stealing all of your proprietary intellectual property. Like that's
yeah,
not so much. That's not so cool. That's not so flattering. I'm sorry that
yeah,
happened.
exactly.
So
Like,
now you
and
keep your cards close to your chest.
I keep my cards close to my chest, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I've stopped, and as well as this, another mistake that I've learnt, and you might disagree. I've stopped having not streamers but content creators, because I've had 4 content creators as mods in my lifetime,
Yeah.
and none of them have. Well, one of them worked out, but the 3 before him didn't
Interesting.
work out at all because I found that what happens when you have a content creator, not a streamer. Streamers, I think content creation and streaming is different.
Ooh, I'd love to know more.
Streaming is when you go live with your friends, right? Content creation is when you're posting that same content to other platforms. You
Offline
see what I mean?
content.
Like content creation, stream, 2 different things.
Okay.
Don't get them mixed up. They are separate things. And I had a content creator as a mod. He was actually in chat earlier, a J-pop channel. He's a great mod, really, really active, really, really good. But I found that when I went on so I was kind of doing this thing where I was making sure that people in my community were growing for the right reasons, and I'd visit their streams and like I'd give them feedback and stuff. I found that whilst he was my mod, from basically the week after he became my mod, you're here, hi Jay. The week after he became my mod, his numbers plateaued.
Oh.
So he got like, you see what I mean? His numbers plateaued because he was only networking in my single bubble. He wasn't, you see what I mean? Like every single person that I'd come across is a person that he'd come across by proxy because he was always with me at the time.
What
And
an incredible
I
point.
essentially, as a content creator myself, I was suffocating another content creator. Without realizing it, and it actually took me speaking to several partners, like big partners, to realize that that's what was happening.
What were they? What would they say to you?
They said remove him as a mod. They said he will do much better in his stream, because right now the only branding he can do is based off you,
Because they're so closely connected.
because we're very closely connected. So I was like, okay. So I spoke to him and I said, yo, if this doesn't make a difference, you can come straight back, kind of thing. And I haven't honestly checked because I've been so busy recently, but I'm hoping it's
worked back out.
I'm hoping that he's managed to like, and he's been posting like crazy on Hover as well. Been mutually beneficial. Is it been actually good, Jay? Like he's a person that I'll treasure forever for being a mod because he was so active, so good with it.
Yeah.
But I was suffocating his channel just by having him as a mod.
Very selfless of you. I think that this was the problem that we ran into on our stream team because we were all so closely connected. Everybody felt branded by Angry Unicorn, and that's not what I wanted for them. Like I wanted their independence, and it didn't work out for us either because then you're held responsible for anything action that, for example, J-pop did on his channel. He would be held responsible in a similar way because he's your mod. So
I mean, as well, like if he introduced people that, say for example, he knows you, So TechWiz came in here and said, "Hey, I want a Teeny's mods."
Yeah.
J-Pop might feel inclined to do the same thing when
Right.
actually he's his own
He's a
streaming
streamer,
person.
and I should know
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
And
exactly.
and the first thing that he might say is, "Hi, I'm one of Teeny's mods. I'm here because I'm Teeny's mod, not hey, I'm here because I'm here to enjoy
Your
the
content.
content as
Right.
another creator."
Right.
And that instantly, when you think of mod, you don't think content creator.
You
You
don't.
think you're just a moderator,
Right.
like solely just moderation.
Right.
You
You
see
don't
what you see
assume
what
that they're also a content creator.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
it's for me, it was important to keep keep the keep a fine line. So
Yeah.
I do need to replace that mod.
Yeah.
Um, but I haven't wanted to look yet.
Is is
Honestly,
is running a mod team a challenge for you? Do you find?
no.
Good.
I
That's
have
awesome.
uh I have even with J-pop gone, I have the best mods on Twitch, hands down.
Aw. I mean,
I
I'm gonna
have the best
challenge
mods
you,
on
but
Twitch.
you have to understand that I too feel that way. As I'm
No,
sure most streamers do.
so obviously you've got Doc. He seems like a pretty solid guy.
He's
So
all
I've
right.
got Sunflower Vixen,
Yeah.
I've got TechWiz, and I have J Dot.
Oh,
J Dot's been
beautiful.
with me since Mixer.
Mhm.
Vixen found me my first week on Twitch,
Mhm.
and TechWiz found me just over a year ago.
Aw.
So
They've
Vix
been
is the chat
around.
mod. J Dot is the lurking mod. If he hears that something's wrong, he will come in and he'll deal with it.
Mhm.
And TechWiz is the everything else. So if I need an alert muted, if I need this done, if I need people removed from my follow list, anything,
He's literally your
TechWiz
tech
is
whiz.
he's the back of house. If something breaks, he fixes it.
That's yeah.
He has instant access to my PC when he wants it.
That's
Like I
perfect. Yeah. You need that. That kind of that it honestly, that team is so essential, especially a tech person like that.
Oh yeah,
It makes a
100%.
big
Without
difference.
TechWiz, it'd be a struggle. I
Mhm.
was trying to replace my cat mod with another mod. But I haven't found one.
Well, Capri says that he is here because he wants to be your mod so that he can change your name to
Yeah.
to Tiny Giant.
Okay, well, you can suck my
Giant.
dick because my name's perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
that's not happening, Cap.
what's a Tiny Giant? Anyway, I'm like,
He calls me
okay.
Tiny Giant. He calls me Tiny Giant.
Does he instead of Teeny Giant?
Yeah.
So rude. Unbelievable. That's pretty entertaining. Well, that's a fascinating discussion. Mods have actually been like really high on my mind as of late, and like not making their experience better, but making sure that the coverage I need is there. And it's a difficult process to like get down to the perfect team. But now I feel like 3 years later I have the perfect team, and that sounds like you do too already. Like you're ready to go.
I have
Got
one
them.
empty slot.
Yeah.
Where
What's it gonna be?
sometimes I'll need someone in the middle of the day, and J
Time.
Dot, and it's just like it's literally just during Vix's lunch break.
People can't always make it.
when
Yeah.
Vix has to step away for 5 seconds, it's literally just then.
Yeah.
So I do need
Yeah.
one. I need
Just one
someone,
person.
but I don't know who yet.
I like how all my mods are like, you have to keep me or fire me. But whatever you do, you should find someone that has a fucking clue. No, Fluffy, you have the clue that I need.
I had a dedicated mod panel on my channel. So if you go to my channel, there used to be a panel there that said, "Here are my mods," and they were like drawn out all childish and cute. So, and I also made them their own mod logo and sent them a t-shirt with it on.
Oh my god, come on! You're making me look
I
bad.
do try and do things for my mods as well. I try and look
That's
after
so
them for looking
nice.
after me. But sometimes a t-shirt isn't enough. So I'm trying to meet them on the way up to Canada.
You're trying to meet all of them as you go?
Yeah. I'm trying to meet as many people as I can on the road trip to Canada.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Especially like people who are close to you in your community. I would too.
Should we have like a fight night for mod position, guys?
Yeah. I think you do. I want
a physical street fight.
Yeah. Like Fight Club fight. And then whoever you think is eligible to be your next mod, your next top mod, you can then select from the person who wins the fight.
Yeah, exactly. I just need like a mod gap filler, basically, for when Vix selfishly takes her lunch break.
Yeah, how dare you, Vic, take a lunch
How
break?
dare you?
Unbelievable. Anyway, so I don't know if you realize, but a very long time ago I asked you about singing, and then we immediately stopped talking about it. So I'd like to know more. You started singing when you were 10. You wrote
Oh,
your first song then, about somebody you lost in your life. And then
yeah.
where has it taken off from here? Because you have 10,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's a large number of people who listen to you every month on Spotify. So tell me about this success and how you got here.
Um. So, so when I didn't have any instruments, and as things started, I've always found like songwriting and stuff to be the way that I deal with things. So if I've always said I'm the worst person to be in a relationship with Wiz, because I'm kind of I think the best way to put it is like cold and callous. If you think of like Sheldon Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
someone coming crying to Sheldon Cooper
Yep.
from The Big Bang Theory, and he's like,
Yep.
okay, but why are you upset? I don't
Yeah.
understand why that. Like,
What's your
I'm like
problem?
that. I don't really empathize that well with people, and I don't often like talking about my feelings. So I feel like the best way that I can do that is to write songs about it, so I can put it into my own way, in my own words, without it being misconstrued.
Mhm.
Because I always take like 10 tries when I'm speaking to get it out the right way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just always found that song form was best form for
It
me.
just came out much easier for
Yes.
you. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Um.
And so yeah, I when I came here, I didn't have any instruments, so I found Soundtrap,
Oh.
and Soundtrap had these preloaded instruments on them that I could play with and manipulate to my own needs, and then I just started using them for songs.
This is incredible. So you create your own beats, your own tracks?
I think 3 of my songs have my own created tracks on.
Okay.
The other ones have been pre-recorded loops that Soundtrap have provided, DMCA free
Mhm.
pre-recorded loops that Soundtrap provided, along with like beats and like other little things that I've added in.
Mm-hmm.
So only 3 of them have I actually created the track
yourself.
for, like from scratch. But the rest of them are like 8-second loops that I just manipulated into what I wanted it to be and made it like 3 minutes long.
That's incredible. And so, and you write the lyrics for all of the songs?
Yes.
Wow. And but you don't sing them all?
No.
Tell me why.
It's not that I don't like my own voice. It's just that other people can do it better. And when Twitch Sings shut down, Twitch Sings was like a karaoke platform that when Twitch Sings shut down, a lot of people lost their passion for Twitch and singing, and and I wanted to give people something to sing to again.
Mm-hmm.
So every single person that are on my tracks are people that I met on Twitch Sings. Wow. So we've got Mellow Mermaid, we've got Rock Your Socks as well. These are all people that I met on Twitch Sings, and I asked them, hey, would you want to sing a song for me, like your own one that I wrote? And they were like, yeah. So
damn, that's incredible. The voices that I hear on your songs, I was wanting to play them, but apparently Spotify won't let me play music while I'm in a Discord voice chat all of a sudden, which is very tragic.
No, you can't now. They've put a DMCA license on it. It's
such a pain in the ass, which I feel like I need to find a new place to have my voice chats with so that I can play Spotify.
If you disconnect your Spotify from your Discord, then it should work.
Oh, okay, sweet, thank you.
So Spotify won't know that you're actually on Discord.
Okay. I am writing this down. Thank you.
Just give that a go.
But there are some songs that you sing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And your artist's name is TeenyGiant, not your real name. What was your choice behind that?
I haven't been to the UK. Like, I haven't wanted to go back to the UK for a long time, and people know me by my name there, and I just didn't want them like finding my stuff.
Like nobody needs to know.
Like no one in my family knows that I stream.
What?
No one in my family knows that I have music on Spotify. It's just something that I keep to myself and my friends on the internet.
But you have 10,000 friends on the internet that listen to you every month.
Yeah, but My family are judgy.
It's such an incredible accomplishment. I'm gonna ask more questions about that, but first I have to ask, Doc is a singer-songwriter. He does some incredible music. So obviously and naturally he wants to sing one of your songs. So I'm just gonna let that little bug sit in your head.
I'm 100% down.
Yeah, he was very excited.
100%.
This morning, we have an 11-year-old daughter, so we were listening to all your music, and we've all determined and made the executive decision that you need to be in a Disney movie because you have the voice of a Disney princess.
That might not be my voice.
I'm sure it is.
Which one?
Which song was it? Oh God, I'm not gonna remember the title of the song now. Like a big baby. Do you remember the title of the song?
I literally sing 2 of them out of like.
Do you? It was 7, just so good. You sound incredible. She sounds like a Disney villain. She sounds like a Disney princess.
It might be. It might have been Mellow Mermaid.
Yeah, is it one of your most popular? I'm trying to open up Spotify. And
so
it's
the most
glacial.
popular ones I have are Red Flag, Medicine, and Wonderland.
Yeah.
So Red Flag and Wonderland are sung by Mellow Mermaid, who has since left Twitch. Due to her own, she just didn't want to be on Twitch anymore. But she does hang out around the internet sometimes, just under a different name. But she sings those songs, and I'm very, very grateful for her for doing that. And then Rock Your Socks is the male voice that you hear on Medicine. Yeah,
they're both incredible singers, but the song was Happy Hell. I'm pretty sure
that is Nightseek.
Really?
Happy Hell is sung by Nightseek.
Damn.
So I don't sing any of mine.
Really?
As far as you know, I don't sing any of mine.
We kept on listening through, and we were like, "That's got to be her." No, that's got to be her. But not. That's not true. Which ones are the ones that you sing?
The ones that I sing are the just really badly mixed ones. The ones that I can't be bothered to like finish, but I just want them out of the way.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to sing them. I just didn't want to mix them and make it perfect. So if the whole track sounds bad, then that's good, because I sound bad anyway. The ones that I sing are For You and Pain. They're kind of like jokey ones. But you don't need to play those now.
I won't do it right now because I can't. But I'm going to be playing them. You best believe. And now all of your music is copyright free, so people can play it on their streams, which
if they want to.
A beautiful gift to the world. And the question in chat is, will you sing for us, like live on the spot? Now, do you you sing live on your stream though? Correct?
Yeah,
you do. Okay. So to catch you sing live, we gotta go to your stream.
Yeah, bang on 9 o'clock every morning. I sing the morning song to you.
What's the morning song?
It's just welcoming people, waking them up in a nice mood. It's just something that I do every single day, and it's just become like a staple thing.
Oh, I love it. Now, what if it were 9 o'clock in the morning right now, and you just happened to be here, and we imagined that it was bright and sunny? I could get you a cup of coffee if you wanted.
I don't really want to sing.
Okay, so For You and Pain are the ones that you sing. Otherwise, you get other people, other Twitch sings people onto your tracks. When did you start writing this music and publishing it to Spotify?
January.
Damn, so it's been a very recent endeavor.
It's been pretty recent. Well, actually, maybe it was like December. Yeah, it was December, early December.
Now, you've seen a lot of success very early on. What are your plans to keep on going in this area?
For music, I don't really have many plans. If I could be a staff songwriter one day, I think I would be. But there's like training they go through. But I don't know. I just kind of enjoy writing music. But the thing that gets me is when people take it too seriously, if that makes sense. So I like to write songs for me, and they're always just about what I have, and people interpret them the wrong way sometimes, and then when that happens, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't really want to write these ones anymore, so I just stop for a little while. So I'm on like a little hiatus right now. I haven't written one for a few weeks now.
I've
just been like just working on the old ones that I have.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to see more music from you. It's really incredible. You have a wonderful repertoire, and I'm so excited for more.
Thank you so
Pretty
much.
great. Okay, so we've talked about singing, songwriting. Now, you did say that you played guitar. Is there any other
Yep.
musical instruments that you do play?
Guitar, harp, and ukulele.
You play the harp? That's the
Yes.
best instrument in the history of instruments.
It's the worst. It's
is
so
it?
heavy.
Well,
It's so heavy.
but it's so beautiful. How do you how do you learn to play the harp? Because there's not harps just lying around to pick up and start playing with.
So I used to have to go to a harp teacher's house,
Okay.
and she had a harp there,
Uh-huh.
and then I had one, like a small version of it, in my bedroom to practice on.
Oh, you can
So
get
I
mini
used to have,
harps.
yeah, you get like the big ones come
Uh-huh.
up to like above, like if you're sitting down like this, then you rest it on
Your
like
shoulder.
it comes up quite high.
Yeah.
But the small ones, they sit on your lap, and you can.
Oh, beautiful. So, do you use the harp in your music at all?
No,
No, you
I
don't.
haven't had a harp for a long time, but I can still play it basically.
Is it a very technical instrument?
Not really. It's hard to. So the harp is hard to learn, but easy to master,
Mm-hmm.
and the guitar is easy to learn but hard to master. Those are the differences. It's like skiing and snowboarding.
Yep.
Like snowboarding is hard to learn, easy to get really good at.
Yep.
Skiing is
Easier
easy
to
to learn,
start.
but hard to like be a master
Got
of. You
it.
know,
That's a
so
great analogy.
it's the same thing with the harp. It's hard to learn at first, but it's very easy to master. So once you get the basics down, you're quite
Good at it.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I've never met a harpist before. It's what I wanted to be so badly when I was a kid. And my parents gave me a violin, a piano, and a clarinet. And I'm like, none of these are a harp. But I learned what I had. It's very
I
tragic.
had a clarinet as well. I hated it.
Did you? Yeah. Yeah. It was a brief period of time with the clarinet. I wanted to be part of a jazz band. I thought that was my future. It wasn't.
Oh, so you were not jazz. Okay.
No, I wasn't. It didn't turn out to be what I wanted. But yeah, the clarinet was an interesting experience. So you're also a voice actress. Are you
Yes.
are you formally trained?
No.
Okay. So yeah, but you're very good at voices.
I do some, like the main voice that I do, like I'm probably the office answering machine for like 50 offices in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I get the robot requests a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I sound like Siri.
Yeah. I would.
And then I get I get like a lot of I got some character requests, a lot of audiobook stuff.
Have
So,
you
yeah,
done audiobooks?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I've-
that's amazing. How do you get into that?
Don't do it.
No.
Don't never ever do an audiobook.
I so want to do an audiobook.
If someone here's the biggest tip I will ever give you.
Okay.
If someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, your voice is great. Can you do an audiobook?"
Mm-hmm.
Tell them to fuck off.
Okay. Okay.
Please.
Why? Why is it so bad?
Because the books are normally terrible. And you are just suffering for, like, my entire chat will remember this disgustingly bad book that I had to do called Dark Light.
Yeah.
It was just so bad. It was just so bad.
The
And
book
I
was
had to
bad.
read this. I had to read this entire thing.
Oh
And
no.
just everything about it was bad.
Oh no.
Everything about this
Did
book
you
was
do
bad.
it for a friend, or were you like professionally hired?
I was hired
Oh God.
to do it, and I was given permission to do it on stream. The other audiobook I've done was a much shorter film, a much shorter one. So that one I did, and I wasn't allowed to do it on stream, so I did it
Dang
in
it.
private.
Doing it
And I
on
get-
stream sounds fun though.
And because of the way my voice sounds, I get a lot of NSFW stuff.
What?
And honestly, once you've said the word penis like 50 times in one night, you get kind of bored of it. So
Right.
it's just one of those things that voice acting's fun. It pays well, but be prepared for people to be picky. Commissions, I think, are the worst thing that I ever started doing.
Voice acting commissions?
Yeah.
So what kind of commissions would you do?
So I've been trying to save up to move.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of said that I would never do NSFW stuff, so I had to do a lot of that.
Mm.
A lot of that. Just because they paid very well if you didn't ask questions.
Interesting. What do you mean by NSFW stuff?
Not safe for work stuff, basically,
Right,
like
but-
literature prawn.
Like, oh, like porn lit. You got
Yeah.
to read porn books out loud for money?
Yeah.
I have intense jealousy. I'm sorry. There doesn't sound to be like a single problem with that.
That's basically how I saved all my money to move.
Was through this. How does I
Yeah.
want to do this? Where do I go? How do I sign up?
You can sign up on Fiverr. Just
Put my name down as like
Yeah.
porn reader.
yeah,
porn
just put
voice
yourself down
actor.
as I will do NSFW up, but be prepared because a lot of it's just fucking weird.
Is it bad? Oh, good.
Oh yeah,
The-
a lot of a lot of it's really bad.
Can you do it live on stream, or is it too NSFW?
I'm not allowed to. No,
Because
because
it's too
so
mature?
describing sexual acts
Yeah.
is considered a breach of TOS.
Dang it! Oh, that's tragic.
So I'd literally be reading
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah, you couldn't do
Like
that.
it's no, and like the way they're written is very graphic.
Damn it.
And,
No.
ooh.
It's Amaranth can lick her mic, but us little folk can't even read some porn out loud. You know, it's not
Yeah.
fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair. Amaranth got it easy.
She did. I bet she could read porn. Damn it.
She probably could.
She
But
could-
that's
she
something
could be
that
fine.
I did to just to save money.
She is cleaning her mic, and she does a fucking good job of cleaning it too. No
Her
disappointment.
mic is so clean. Does
So
anyone else wonder what her
sparkles.
mic smells like?
Saliva. It's gotta smell like saliva.
Like, I hope she brushes her teeth before
I
she
hope
does
so
that, right?
too. Yeah, like I wonder if she desanded. Oh my god, is that a kitten? I'm sorry, I got
No,
sidetracked.
that's Luna. Luna,
Is it a baby?
you'll see.
Oh goody.
Luna.
Sorry guys. I got side. That was a squirrel moment.
I don't know where she went.
Is it a small dog?
It is a Chihuahua.
Oh, I need to see it. Oh,
I don't know where she went.
Oh, dang it, small dog. Come back
Should I
to
try and
us.
find her?
Luna, we need you. Bearded Bumpkin says Amaranth's mic smells like disappointment and daddy issues. Oh my god. Oh, it's so cute.
This is Luna.
Oh no. Oh, look at those ears. Is she a puppy?
No, she's fully grown. She's 3.
Is she? She's adorable. Is she yours?
No, she's Leah's.
Oh man.
So this is location 2. So normally I'm at location 1,
Right.
but on Fridays I'm at Leah's house.
Oh, awesome. Do you stream from there as well on Fridays?
I don't stream on Fridays
No,
anymore. I
just
used
chill?
to, but I think it just got a bit. I think I was doing this thing where I was just doing too much and I was just
Mhm.
burning out.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. That's very realistic. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The love is just too much. It's just too much.
Oh yeah, Luna's really cute. She doesn't make any noise.
Oh my god. Oh, she's just the adorablest. Do you see yourself getting a pet when you move to Canada?
If I was gonna get a pet, I'd want one like her because she's just so timid
Yeah.
and chilled. She's
Yeah.
just. Well, I don't know if Chihuahuas are good in the snow, honestly.
Not traditionally, but they don't have to. You can litter box train them, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, I
or
don't
you
want a
could see
big
it
dog.
tromp
If I was
around
gonna
in the
get
snow.
a Chihuahua, that's how it's spelled, Jay. Look it
Chihuahua.
up. I'm just trying to convince more people that that's how it's pronounced.
How do you-
It's Chihuahua.
I'm
obviously,
on
but
board
I
with
want
it.
like, but if everyone could start pronouncing it Chihuahua and then just look at people weird when I say it the other way, that'd be great. So if someone goes, "Oh, it's Chihuahua," you just go, "A what?"
A what? It's a Chihuahua.
It's Chihuahua.
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. It's got a hua hua at the end. I would
Yeah,
pronounce
exactly.
any other
Just
way.
say, I'm Hawaiian, so that's how I know. I don't know.
Oh, so I can't believe it's almost 2:00. I haven't even got through like a fraction of my questions that I have
I'm
for
sorry,
you.
I tangent so hard.
This has been such a wonderful conversation. I want to ask you one very important question, and that's what
Yes.
kind of advice would you have for women who are getting into a position like you are, like who are trying to be comics live on stream, who are being inventive, being creative, bursting boundaries, which is what I think you're doing. What advice would you give to other women looking to start this path?
I would give them the same advice I would give anyone.
Please.
which is just be honest. If you have to lie every single day on stream about who you are, or put on this act every single day, if it's not a comedy act, it will catch up to you.
Mhm.
You will slip up, your fakeness will show, and people will not want to be around you. People have a sixth sense for fakeness.
Mhm.
If they think you're fake, they won't want to stick around. That's why a lot of good content creators stay at that 30 plateau. It's because they don't realize that actually people aren't there for the fake. Oh my god, have you seen how good I am at this game? People aren't there for that. They don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck about the game. Like, no one gives a fuck about the gameplay. No one cares.
That's good.
If you're being fake, people won't want to be around you.
Yeah. You got to be genuine. And that means even on your bad moments. Like,
oh yeah, no,
it's genuine.
My chat know more about me than I do at this point.
I love that. Isn't that frightening? Don't you find that, like, when you're talking and then your chat's like, well, and then they say something and you're like, damn it, you guys know, what I'm going through better than I know what I'm going through.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like, I kept it from them for a long time.
Yeah.
So I've been going through my own like home stuff, which is obviously why I'm moving.
This
and I
was
kept
yeah, go ahead.
I kept it from them. I kept it from them for a year.
Oh damn.
So they didn't know anything for like a year, and then I kind of slowly started hinting at it, and then eventually I just told them. When I was able to tell them, when I got my Canadian passport, I told them.
Yeah.
And I think since then we've just it's more of a solidifying bond between us now,
isn't it? Yeah. It is. Now, I did want to talk to you about some of your biggest challenges and barriers, and you had brought up about your family and home life and their rigorous expectations, and I wanted to talk to you more about that, because it's not something I'm very familiar with, as my parents don't watch the stream. They're not involved in this aspect of my life. They still don't know what Twitch is. So tell me more about this and how this has been maybe a challenge or a barrier for you.
So I don't live with my parents. I actually live with my ex at location 1, and my ex just has this very rigorous routine that they like to.
The dog that never. The Chihuahua has spoken.
They just have this very, very rigorous routine that they like to keep, and they make it very, very awkward for me to socialize and be in. Damn, Luna! And be in certain parts of the house at times when they don't want me to be. So at 4:30 every day, I've got to be off camera. I've got to be off stream. And that's the thing. And I'm not allowed on my PC at the weekends. I'm not allowed to do. There's just a lot of not allows, which is the issue. So I think that's the main thing. That's literally what's holding me back. Is I'm dead set in this one time frame that I have, Monday through Friday, and that is all I get. I can't interact with my friends really outside of those hours.
And are you still on that restriction even though you're not living with them?
Yes.
And
I thought that separating would be the best move, and it has not changed anything. But luckily, I'll be out of that house in about 3 weeks. I think just over 3 weeks. And I should have a lot more freedom.
What will bring you that change?
Leaving that house and not living in the same house. Yeah.
Oh, you do. House 1 is with your family.
House 1 is with my ex. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, ex and family. Gotcha.
Yes. No, just ex.
Just ex. And ex has the same ex restrictions as family.
I haven't lived with my family since I was like 18.
Okay. That's been
but yeah, so no, I've lived with my ex for a very, very long time. She became my ex in the last 2 years. Since moving to the USA, actually. She became my ex. And I just decided that I didn't want to. And I just decided, and I think this is something that if people are going through the same kind of thing, where they're in a controlling environment, and now is the time to decide whether you can do the next 50 years like that. If you think, yeah, I can do this for 50 years and not go nuts, then stick with it. But if you think, damn, I cannot do this, like, then get out.
Yeah.
and that's what I've done, and that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's not an
Thanks.
easy feat to do.
No, not easy.
It takes a lot of work, especially still being there and being near that. And I'm sorry, but
No, don't worry.
incredibly
Like
impressive.
the thing is, I'm one of those people. I'm the first one to say shit happens. I made the mistake of not seeing it sooner.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, and I'll always remain positive about it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a shitty situation, yes, but it doesn't control my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I still can get out. I still can interact with people whenever I want to.
Mm-hmm.
On Fridays.
There's Fridays.
On Fridays right now, and then in 3 weeks it'll be better. So I know that in 3 weeks I'll be fine. So I don't dwell on it at all, and I don't expect anyone to dwell on it on my behalf or feel sorry for me because it's self-inflicted. It is self-inflicted. So
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would definitely say that it is incredibly impressive that you're taking the steps to get out. And in 3 weeks, you have freedom, and that is fucking exciting.
In 3 weeks, I have freedom.
That's awesome.
I just have to. All I have to do is send the dogs back to the UK, and then I'm free forever.
Oh no, the doggos have to go back.
Yes, I have 2 doggos. I have Barney and Murph. They'll be going back to the UK because it's going to be very, very hard for me to look after them on my own.
Oh, they need help. Yeah. Who do they go to live with?
They'll be living with my ex,
Oh,
who has a much higher salary than me in the UK. She'll be living in the house that I mortgaged for a while with the dogs until she's able to buy me out of it, basically.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you're going to be losing your doggos. I imagine that's not
It's a little bit sad, but there's always new things.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I know. This is something we actually have in common. I too left a house with 2 doggos when I left my ex-husband, and that was very difficult. They were the things that were like keeping me grounded. Like those fucking animals. I love them so much.
I love animals.
Right? Oh, they're so great. I think that you have an incredibly powerful story, and it's very difficult to share, but thank you for sharing it because other people are in those situations, women and men alike, and knowing that you persevered to continue on with your dreams is a beautiful thing, and it's inspiring for people. You might save lives by sharing that story.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well, I think in relationship, there's a lot of red flags that people don't see, if that makes sense. And the red flags are a lot of, not what they do, but what you don't do. The moment you don't say something, the moment you think, I'm not happy about this, and don't do something about it. So I am married to my ex right now. All right. On the night before my wedding, I thought, I don't really want to do this. But I still did. Because we'd made those plans. That is a red flag. Red flags aren't always what your partner does. But they are sometimes what you haven't done or what you think and don't act upon. The little voice in the back of your head is the biggest red flag that you will get. And if that has been going off, then that is your sign that you are not happy with something. And if you are not happy with something, you need to change that. So just, if you're not happy, change something. It's the simplest rule that I have. If I'm not happy with something, I change it until I am happy. That is, and this is why I come across as cold and callous a lot of times. It's because I do not give a fuck.
You give a fuck about your happiness.
Yeah, that's the only thing I give a fuck about. And it makes me seem like a really cold person a lot of the time, but it's because I will not stop until I get to the place that I want to be. I'm very, very determined. I'm very, very motivated. So when it's and I have, like, my DMs are full of community members. A lot of them have their own problems, and I'll be like, oh, that's really sad. I hope it gets better for you. But at the same time, I don't give them anything to kind of respond to because I don't want their problems.
That's fair.
And it makes me sound like a bitch, but I have a lot of my own stuff going on, and the only advice I can give them is, if it matters in like 5 years' time, then it should matter right now. But if in 5 years' time you think you won't remember this or won't care about it, like if it's a relationship, for example, like if you've been in a relationship with someone for 5 years, right? and you dump them, and then 5 years later, you probably will be in another relationship by then, right?
Mhm.
So why does it matter? It's not necessarily a life-changing event. Y'all can move on from things, and y'all can change little things and not have it be the end of the world. If you're not happy, just move on. Like, and a lot of people don't realize how simple it is to do that. And I know it sounds so stupid, but it's just like the simplest thing.
I think that moving forward is maybe more difficult for some people.
Oh, no, 100%. It's
Yeah.
difficult. There's a lot of situations for me. I haven't been able to move forward for a year
Yeah.
because I've been stuck
Yeah.
in this one place. But I've been taking every single little baby step I can
Yeah.
to getting to where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm still not there yet. I still have another 3 weeks. And then after that, I still have to send the dogs to the UK.
Yeah.
Then after that, I still have to cross the border.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, I still have all of these baby steps
Mountains. Yeah.
that I've yet to take, but I take them like one tiny little step at a time to get to where you want to be, and you'll be fine every single time.
That's such a that's a beautiful statement, and it's that fight for happiness, like knowing that your happiness is more important than anything else in your life. And once you make that decision, everything else, and what I think, like you're describing, it clicks into place. Like it becomes easy at that point. Maybe not emotionally easy, but the decision making becomes a lot easier.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's whatever step's going to make you happiest.
And like I know that, like Stella said, me and relationships don't mix well. I mean, I agree with that statement. I think me and relationships don't mix well, but I stay in the one that I'm in now. So I've been separated from my ex for over a year, and I also met Leah recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of stay in that because I'm happy with this one person and not happy with the other one.
Yeah.
And like, you see what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's a mess. And would I be better off single? Probably. Do I want to be? No, because I have Leah. Why would I want to be?
Yeah.
Because it's a happiness thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I completely agree. I'm really, I don't know what the right word is to describe this feeling, but like, no, I can't describe it, but like, I'm gonna have to try now because I've gone down this pathway of trying to find this word, but like not connected to you, but I can relate to you. Like I truly, I feel where you're coming from. I feel where you're at in your life. And that's like, it's a monumental struggle that I think a lot of us can relate to. It's part of the human experience. In many cases, maybe not to the extremity of being controlled like you have, but going through these mountains and fighting for one's own happiness is not easy. So thank you for being a role model of that.
Thank you.
The things that your community is watching you fight through right now are things that will sit with them and they will remember when they face problems in their own life.
Yeah, and when I'm out of my own problems, I'll hopefully be able to help them more with theirs.
If that's where life takes you. And it's not necessarily always the best road. It depends on how you relate to other people's problems. Do you actually? That's a good question for you as a streamer. When your community reach out to you, how do you feel about that? Like, do you take that on? Do you take on their woes? I know that you've talked about establishing barriers, but has it been a problem for you in the past that you've had to put in those boundaries?
Yeah. So, I think every single person, I'd say probably 90% of people, if I ask your chat, and this is going to be a weird question, who here has ever had depression?
I feel like
this is a genuine. Who
Yeah.
here has ever had depression? You, there's one person. You. Yep. It's more common than you think. Twitch is an escape for a lot of people, and it's helped a lot of people out of depression. Yeah, that's a lot of people. See, when people, and how would you feel, guys, if I came up to you and started talking about depression constantly?
That's a good question.
It puts you on edge because it makes you think, is this going to be the thing that reminds me so much about it that it puts me back in there?
Yeah.
And so for me, if someone talks about depression, it's an instant shut off. I don't talk about it. I've had it. I think most people have. It's not a fun place to be. It's not. Depression has taken the lives of many and has almost taken the lives of probably quite a few people in this chat. myself included at one point, but this was many, many years ago. And I think a lot of people have been there and they understand it and they don't want to go back when they're out. So when I hear people talking about depression, I instantly shut it down. I do not talk about it, not because I don't care. It's because for my own well-being, I don't want to get into that conversation. It's more of a self-preservation. If I talk about this, I'll stop thinking about it. If I think about it, I'll slope.
Yep.
You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I've got too much like weighing on me right now to get into that kind of state.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially considering what you're going through in your own personal life, it's not fair to be able to take on that. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. And you know, as a content creator, your job is what you decide it is. So if your job you decide is for entertainment, to bring lightness and positivity to the world around you, then it's not the place to discuss deep mental health concerns. And that's a very fair stance to take, because there are lots of places where people can receive that support if they're looking for it, and people who are willing to provide it. And it doesn't have to be you. And that's a really good piece of advice for any streamer, I think, is to make that choice carefully, because it can bog you down.
Like, yeah, come to me with relationship troubles.
Mm-hmm.
Come to me with anything like that. But the instant you talk to me about depression, I'll probably just not respond.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's just because I don't want to start thinking about it. Like, I'm not depressed right now. I'm good.
You're gonna live in that.
I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
And I'm happy in my present state as I am, and I'm moving forward, and I've got this hope. And I don't want to be like reminded of like downy shit, bro. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
so have you ever read the book The Art of Not Giving a Fuck?
No, I haven't.
It's incredible. I highly recommend you pick it up. It's basically just like, it's like it helps you make a fuck checklist. So basically it's like, here are the things that I'm gonna give a fuck about in my life, and here's the things that I'm not gonna give a fuck about, and then like actively taking the steps to turn off how much you care about the things in your I'm not gonna give a fuck about list. It's a fantastic self-help book, and it's funny. I highly recommend it. But
I might have a look.
It's pretty entertaining, but it reminds me so much of you and what you're saying. It's you've prioritized, you've chosen what the fuck you care about and what you're gonna pursue, and you only get one chance at this life, so you might as well go for it and pursue it with the happiness that you have.
Yeah, I have actually been told before that I could have written that book. I was gonna say that.
I was gonna say you have. As soon as you started talking about it, I'm like, oh my god, is she the author?
It's just like I think. And this is, I think, what holds a lot of people back with streaming as well. You know, the imposter syndrome. If you stop giving a shit what other people think about you, just turn your camera on, just enjoy your shit. And if someone shows up, they show up, dude. Like, a lot of people is too scared to put the camera on, too scared to go live, too scared to do this. Just turn your fucking shit on. If you want to play, you may as well fucking stream.
I love that.
And if you don't want to stream, don't stream. Don't ever like feel like you have to look a certain way. I don't wear any makeup. I literally show up in a baggy t-shirt and a hat.
You rock
and
it.
I haven't cut my hair in like a year. These are like bad split ends. Like I do not give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck about my appearance. Like at all. No one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares what you look like on stream.
That's not what they're there for.
They'll come in and they'll call you ugly, but then what you do is just go, okay, I fucked your mum, and then they leave you alone.
Is that how you deal with your trolls? Do you just refer to their moms? Because you do talk about moms a lot.
Yeah, I just call them mom.
Where did that come from? Why did that strategy, where did it come from?
I don't know. I think just like as I am as a person, I'm just like one of the lads, if that makes sense. And the whole like, and when I used to shout at people, I used to say like, your mum's a hoe. Like when I get mad at them, I just really say mum's a hoe because it's funny. I don't know why I did, and then it's just slowly become more mother orientated.
Do you shut down trolls with this when you fight back with moms?
I used to come up with really, really unique and individual ways to shut down trolls. But recently I don't know, like trolls come in and they're just so boring now. Yeah. Like I just honestly now I just let my mods deal with them. Yeah. Like I used to make a whole show out of like
trolls.
Banning trolls. I used to spend like 10 minutes on a tirade of abuse at this troll. Yeah. Before I banned them. and just embarrassing them before they got banned. And now I'm just like, Vix, get rid of him. And she's like, okay.
Don't have time.
I don't even bother
That's
anymore.
fine.
They're not worth my time. If they don't make me laugh, they're not funny.
Yeah, that's it, unless they make a comment that I think they might be convertible. I like converting trolls.
Yeah,
other than
that's
that,
what I used to do.
I don't
have a troll
care.
conversion counter.
Do you? Oh,
yeah,
that's
but it hasn't been used.
Oh,
it hasn't been
damn.
used.
That's fair. That's fair. Some of my favorite people are trolls, original trolls. They got goodness in them if they let it come out.
The thing is, I'm like the worst person to have in your chat.
Are you?
I have to introduce when I go into people's chats that don't know me. I have to introduce myself as I always write in there like, hi, I'm Teeny, I'm a wholesome troll.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea of if they hate trolls, I'll leave. If they go like, ooh, trolling, we don't like trolling here.
Yeah, then they'll be like, okay.
Then I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh,
but if wholesome troll kind of means just like banter, I suppose.
That's just it's like comedy, like poking fun. I eat that up. I love being poked fun at. It's one of my favorite things. I find it like one of the best forms of endearment. Like it's like affection.
Yeah, poking fun. That's what we do. It's banter, right? But some people are really sensitive. I got banned in someone's chat for asking. So this is the kind of trolling I do. So I was about to raid someone.
Yeah.
Right. And she had as her chat rule, do not ask to play. And I'd never met this person before.
Yeah.
And she was on Just Chatting. So obviously I asked if I could play.
Obviously.
And she insta-banned me.
No, she didn't. Come on.
Yeah, she didn't think it was... She and then went on a 3-hour rant about it. So that was bad. And she even went on to say how traumatic it was and that she might make a video on it. And I was like...
is that all you said?
I was like, what? I was like, I haven't done anything to you, dude.
All you said was, will you play with me? Like, I want to play.
Her other chat rule was, we don't talk about politics.
Oh, no.
And I wrote, I like communism. And then the end of the joke was going to be like, because in Soviet Russia, everyone gets a raid. But then she banned me before I could say it.
Oh, man.
It was a bad joke. But
yeah. I mean, yeah. I get it. I guess at that point I would understand, but I liked the first joke.
She didn't even let me finish. And then I reached out on Twitter during her 3-hour rant, and I was like, "Hey, like, I'm just opening up a dialogue if you want to talk about it, like, just so you know."
But it was
and
very
she goes,
traumatic.
"A dialogue? I expected an apology." I was like, "For fucking what?" Bye. I'm not apologizing.
No. Oh yeah. No, some people it's just like it's a big fat no-go.
Yeah, no, I find that some people like really look for drama, and I'm one of those people. I just. When I see people like starting beef, you know when you get people that like you'll say when you go into their chat and they're like just talking about someone. So I like to poke fun at the person and be like, yeah, they're such a bitch. I hate them. And just see what they say. And they get even more dramatic, and like then it starts beef. I start the drama. So I stir the shit.
You stir the pot, and then you like lead out of there, and you're like,
and then they try and bring the drama to me, and I'm like, it's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I don't even know this person. I just hate them.
I don't know who you are. I'm not a drama llama. Get out of my chat. Like I just created drama for you two because you clearly wanted it. I just helped you. I think I've destroyed several friendships. I'm not gonna lie.
You're a shit disturber. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I like that. I like that about you. That's so entertaining. I encourage you to stir shit up in my channel. I would very much be interested in taking that on and tackling that beast.
Bet.
I don't know. You might win.
I will win.
You will win. I'll probably end up like beat red and like crying in a corner.
Yeah.
But I believe in you.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
This used to be a co-stream with Doc. So there was two of us. And the stream essentially was attractive because it was him ripping me apart the whole time for my mistakes, which was fine because it was hilarious and it was fun. But so I encourage it. Bring it.
Okay, I'm down. I'll eventually do it. I will eventually do it.
You have her coming. So Doc just walked in the house with you on his phone.
No, I wasn't. That's fucking weird. Yo, hey, that's not true. I was doing something. I was listening to a commercial.
It was just a commercial. I wasn't listening to you.
It was her voice saying the
Nah,
words.
shit, it wasn't. That's weird.
You
So I heard you'll do a song with me. I can't hear you, but just nod yes if you agreed with that. Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
That's it. She also gave you the middle finger while nodding her head. It didn't. He said it because he didn't see it. It didn't happen. Good.
That's
Good.
fine. I'm down.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. All right. I can't believe this has gone. This has gone way longer. Most interviews don't go this long, but I just didn't want to stop talking to you, and I apologize deeply. Cool. You probably have to pee or something, and I'm just making this more uncomfortable for you every minute. So I'm going to wrap it up with the very, very last question we ask at every interview, and it is this: what is the most sensible advice somebody has ever given to you?
I suppose it's my dad's advice that he gave me. Which is the rule of 5. If it won't matter in 5 years' time, it shouldn't matter now.
I like that.
As in, like, the big dramas of today won't matter in 5 years.
That's
so, like, you don't think back to high school right now, so why would it matter then? And it just keeps you a different perspective. Yeah,
I completely agree. It's what we're trying to help our daughter with right now. We're saying, like, the kids you know in elementary school are not going to be the kids you know in high school, and definitely not later on in your life. Rule of 5.
Rule of 5.
I love that. Rule of 5. Thank you so much, Teeny. This has been a wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed getting to know you better and going off on the tangents of your mind. It's fabulous, and I hope that our communities and our tips touch again in some way, shape, or form, hopefully. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you for having me on.
Yay.
And I hope to see you next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday on Capri's show.
You will, and I'll be seeing you this Wednesday on Capri's show.
Yes, you will.
Awesome.
Right, I'll
Thanks,
see you.
Teeny. Bye.
Bye.